Move over, Curtis Jackson. Trump is officially the 50 Cent of presidents. Drake is the MrBeast of hip hop. And Kash Patel, well, he's just a drunken bum. Welcome to AM Mornings. I'm your host, Alexx Media. Social media right now is just people screaming for cheap points. We built this show to cut through that and kill all the polarization. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, conservative or progressive. I want you guys calling in. Here's the AM Morning playbook. I break down the facts. The hosts give our takes. We poke holes in each other's arguments, and then we open up the phone lines to you. You bring your opinions, we pressure test it, and then every call ends with a dilemma of the week. This week's dilemma, in the spirit of the new Michael Jackson movie, if undeniable proof of the Michael Jackson allegations were true, would you stop listening, or is the catalog just too good? Start thinking about your answer. If you want to call in and share it, Patreon is how you do that. Right now on the screen, you'll see the Patreon link. You can actually take a screenshot and then you'll be able to click the QR code. It'll take you right to be able to sign up and then you can call in. $3 gets you in the room. That's how you are able to call in. That's how we keep this show independent. But you also need to know the one rule of the show. If you call in, you must show your face. There's no burners. There's no avatars. There's no anonymous courage over here. The full episodes will go up tomorrow on Spotify and YouTube, but Patreon gets you everything else. We got vlogs, extra episodes, behind the scenes, and more. And if you guys can't jump on camera today, that will suck, but it's okay. Just hop in the comments. I'll be there engaging with you guys. I'm excited, really excited for today's episode. To help me break things down, I got two of my best friends here with me today. You guys already know Lenny. He's tuning in live from WTF Media Studios in New York. And sitting right next to me here in LA location of WTF Media is my other best friend, Arsen. Arsen, Lenny, what's good, fellas?
What's good? How we doing over there?
Okay. With no further ado, let's just get right into it. So, has there ever been a president involved in this much gunfire? At this point, the man's Secret Service detail needs combat pay. As we wait for more details of what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner this weekend, it leads perfectly into our first topic. Was Donald Trump 2024 assassination attempt a murder plot, or did MAGA shoot a campaign commercial with live ammo? We all saw what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania in July of 24. Thomas Matthew Crooks opened fire. Trump got grazed, and a spectator was tragically killed before the Secret Service neutralized the shooter. But now, in 2026, the narrative has completely flipped. And the crazy part is the conspiracy is coming from deep inside of MAGA. People like Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Dillon are literally asking if the whole thing was a staged false flag. And it doesn't help that Rand Paul's Senate report confirmed the Secret Service actively denied extra resources, completely failed in their security planning, and somehow they have not fired a single person involved in executing the Butler rally that day. You even have figures like Joe Kent, the former director of counterterrorism and an avid Trump supporter, claiming that the investigation into Trump's assassination attempt are being completely shut down from the very top. So here's what the descendants on the right are saying. They argue it was a choreographed show to manufacture a martyr. They point to the Secret Service excuse that a sloped roof prevented them from securing the building, and they call that just a lazy lie. They look at the iconic photo of Trump pumping his fist with the flag perfectly framed in the background, and they call it a staged photo op. But skeptics point out that the flag was lowered earlier in the day and then claim video shows it actively being lowered even further, right as the photographers were getting into position, just as the Secret Service conveniently let Trump stand up and expose himself for that iconic shot. And now that Trump is back in office, they think his behavior is completely out of character. This is the guy who loves to talk, command the news cycle, and make himself look strong. Yet he is shutting down investigations and refusing to talk about the very event that supposedly almost killed him. But there is actually a darker third angle that some people are whispering about. What if this wasn't staged to make Trump look good? What if this was a planned, deliberate lapse in security by elements of the deep state and Thomas Crooks wasn't supposed to miss? On the other side of all this, you have the institutional view. They are saying everyone needs to take off the tinfoil hats. This was not a script. It was just catastrophic incompetence. The photo wasn't staged. Evan Vucci is just a combat photographer who knew to run towards the danger. The missing digital trail isn't a deep state cover-up. It's just the FBI completely missing the fact that Crooks left over 700 extreme, violent, anti-Semitic, and anti-immigrant comments on social media accounts before the shooting. And then Rand Paul's report is just a bloated government agency refusing to hold itself accountable. My take, people love a good deep state conspiracy. But in reality, this is just some plain old incompetence. The idea that Trump or the Secret Service could choreograph a bullet grazing an ear from 130 yards away is giving the government way too much credit. This is not a master conspiracy. It is terrifying proof of what happens when a bloated federal agency can't secure a basic perimeter from a 20-year-old with a rifle. Let's open the phone lines, but first, Lenny and Arsen, conservatives have spent years convincing their base that all the media and institutions are lying to you. Is it just inevitable that the base is eventually going to start thinking MAGA is the one lying to them too? With this one, let's start with Lenny.
I would have much preferred to hear from Arsen's point of view.
All right, yeah, you know what?
He's the one in the studio. I would love to hear what he's got to say because, he's got some conspiracies lined up.
He's the man. All right, Arsen.
You guys know I love a good conspiracy theory for sure, but it's been kind of fun trying to actually debunk this one, being on the other side of it, of not thinking. I do think there was a conspiracy there. Still gonna.
Oh, we got props. All right, I like this.
Still gonna keep this on for this segment, but I do think that was just like a legitimate shot at Trump. I think giving Trump so much credit that he could stage something like that so elaborate is too much.
Okay. And what about the people who think that this was an actual assassination attempt?
I mean,
I'm more on the side of I think
like a plan.
Like somebody tried to, whether it's our own government, whether it's a foreign government, it was like a legitimate shot to blow his head off on CNN.
Ooh, Lenny?
I mean, I agree. It was a legitimate shot at trying to kill him. But was he working alone? Did he have backers? We don't know. We'll never know because it just seems like everything.
What do you think?
I just said.
Take a guess.
I agree with you.
Do you think it's a lone actor or do you think this is an organized assassination attempt?
I'm going to just base off the information I got. He's a lone actor.
Oh, you guys are boring. You're wearing a fucking tinfoil hat.
Yeah, I'm saying it's the CIA.
Oh, you do think it's CIA?
Yeah, I don't think he's a lone actor.
Oh,
I just don't think he staged it. I think we can go like fact by fact of that video. I don't think it's remotely stageable as to what happened.
Got it. Okay, so Lenny, what do you say to that? The fact that Arsen thinks it's CIA.
I mean, but you know what? The thing is, we don't know, and he very well may be right. The only problem is, it seems like every bit of information was wiped out. That this guy, they try to track his social media, his history, his this, his that. The people he talks to, there's nothing. So could there be a larger black hand, behind the scenes trying to make something happen? I don't know. But, right now it just looked like he took a shot, he missed, and he got dealt with.
Okay, why do you think Trump is like hiding the shooter's data? Like, why don't we know more about the shooter? Who said that
Trump's hiding it? I don't understand that.
Why do you
think? Was he in office when this happened?
Okay, so he's in office now?
He's in office now, but the information's been scrubbed.
What are you talking about? Like, the
do you
FBI
know
has
more?
the information.
Do you have more information on what happened with this kid? Do you have it? Because we've had months before the election.
The FBI has it.
Put it out there. I don't care. It's not a conspiracy to me.
That's why there's a conspiracy. Donald Trump, the guy who is loose lip, who says everything, he has this assassination attempt on his life, and he's not speaking about it, and we don't know anything about the shooter, and he's not putting out any information. There was a shooting last night, and we already know the name of the shooter, where he's from, yada, 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 his schooling, this and that.
In the face of transparency, you got what you want, right? You know everything about him. There you go. Listen, should we have more information? Was this kid's information scrubbed through 2 years ago? Maybe. I don't know. But it is suspicious. I'm with you there. It's suspicious. We should know. We should have more information. We should know everything about this kid. It's like we don't know anything. It just happened. Turn the page, and that's it. It's weird. But he's still a lone shooter.
Did you see Tucker's segment on it?
Yeah, but you know what? I am so enthralled how y'all refer to Tucker for everything, but before he was the devil. Yeah, before he was the devil to me. But now it's like, Tucker's making a turn and he's saying this and he's saying that. So now listen to Tucker and everything he has to say.
No, but it doesn't matter.
The shit is bizarre to me. In fact, it doesn't matter. I should bring up Tucker at all. If anything, I should bring up Tucker and we should have an internal conversation on our side.
No, but he's the one that exposed that there was a digital footprint. There was YouTube comments that the kid was posting, that there potentially was somebody who was like antagonizing him as well. Right. We don't hear any investigations into who that individual was. So if Tucker's team can find that, you think the FBI wasn't able to find that?
I think that they probably did find some things. And all I'm saying is there's clearly more to the story, but what we have and what we can base our opinions off of what's been released, you could just only point it at a long shoulder.
Okay, so why do you think the FBI is not releasing more information?
I don't know. I would love for them to get to a point where it's like these things aren't a secret. Like, okay. Hey, Suze, go on mute, bro. But like, I would love that we just had this transparent government for everything. We don't. Everything's like pulling fucking teeth. You know, it would be great to get this information out, but unfortunately, this is the way it goes from administration to administration. So it is what it is. We just got the Kennedy files. Come on. What are we doing? So
you're just going to roll over and accept it. I see what it is. All right.
Roll over at night. Don't talk to me.
Let's get ready to break some callers on. I see we might have a few people ready to go.
What's your take on whether it's staged or not?
Oh, that's good. I did not give my take. Well, I did give my take during the read. I do think I'm more leaning towards Lenny. I think it was a lone actor. The only thing that is a little bit sus for me is the all of his internet presence. It seemed like there were a couple like foreign connections that he had that is still unexplainable, and it would be explainable if the FBI just put out the information. Because I remember them saying that when they first like hacked his phone, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he has a couple accounts that are connected to like Iran and stuff like that." And when we had Trump on the podcast, Trump came on flagrant. Trump specifically said Iran was behind the attack, and that was the first place that he said that. And then he walked it back. He was like, "Oh, well, we thinks there was some connection with Iran," so he kind of walked it back. But he said it was Iran on flagrant podcast. So
what about Azir?
So now, how do you feel about us taking out the Ayatollah in Iran? Hey, you shot, we shoot.
No, well, you have to make that connection.
Yeah,
we don't have to. He said he did it, so it is what it is.
No. I need to see proof.
Why?
Like, you can't just say.
Who the hell do you think you are?
What are you talking about? So that means we could just be like, hey, you know what? This country did something to us. So,
the shooter took out the China.
So whoa. Do you get all the details when this country makes some military move? Bush did stuff, Obama did stuff. You're saying that anytime they do anything, you need to be it has to be explained to you? No.
If we're gonna,
it doesn't work that way.
If we're going to take actions of war against another country,
again,
just happened.
It doesn't work that way.
LT, do you think it was a conspiracy? Do you think this was an assassination plot by the deep state, or do you think this was a lone actor?
It kind of looks like he's a little desperate just because of like the current situation. It does look like he might be reaching to get some support because he looks like he's dug himself a hole a little bit. But I think it's funny that right now the tinfoil hat shit is just saying the normal thing. It kind of looks like it flipped a little bit. Like all the people that had all the fucking ideas and shit are now just like, guys, I think this is it is what it is now. Like,
yeah,
and now they sound crazy.
It is a little interesting that now like conspiracies seem to just be theories. They're not conspiracy theories. They're just flat out theories, and some are looking more credible than others. This one, I still would put it in the realm of a conspiracy because I don't see enough proof for me personally that this was a staged assassination attempt. But
the one time, yeah. I don't know. I still I don't know. I still like to go back to that last one that happened. Like it just looks so weird. Like from that distance, you're gonna be that close, and I don't know. But man, it sucks that there's this level of mistrust between us and the government right now. That's for sure.
I'm curious, how do you feel about Trump shutting down the investigation? Do you think that proves he's protecting the deep state or just protecting his ego?
Both, man, both. He wants to make sure he still has that good image. I mean, that's his whole thing. His media is how he looks to the people. He knows how he's moving, but also, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot sketchier shit that has happened.
Wait, let me push you a little bit on that, because do you feel if he's protecting the deep state, that means he would be protecting the people who just tried to kill him?
I mean, what are you going to choose? And especially someone like him, he's going to choose life.
Do you think he's scared? And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
I
this
think
stuff
he's
hasn't
fucking
come out?
scared. Yeah, he's just a regular dude. Like any of us. He just happens to be a little dumber. Take so he's stupid enough to try to become president. You know, that's
What, so you don't think that you didn't give any credence to maybe it was staged with the flag coming down and the photographers, like that video that came out
oh
together?
shit. It could have well been. I mean, that shit looked like too
it
good.
it
But
could
did it
have,
not?
but it's kind of wild to think that this is what we want to do as a political stunt.
Yeah,
This is the level that we want to bring it to. And if that's the case, why do it in the summer when we could do it closer to the election?
that's a
That
good
it didn't
point.
make it didn't make sense.
There is a good clip about Trump where he's like tripping about like the positioning of a fucking cup in a video, and he's like, "Oh, let's see how good it looks compared to me in the scene." And like when you look at someone like that and how they think, you kind of like start to, I don't know, what else could they be like planning behind if that little thing is
I
bothering
mean,
him?
the word is he is the ultimate promoter, right? He's been doing this TV celebrity shit for years. So if you get someone like that and all they do is pay attention to the nuanced details and things around, there,
Mhm.
yeah, okay, you might get a situation like that. But this is just way over the top. I don't think there's anybody in the world that's like, yo, you know what? Take a shot at me.
He puts his name in fat ass letters on top of buildings. I think he knows what a good.
Exactly. I agree with you,
I think
So
not
I
just that. Like I
but
think
not this.
I, I think that like the stuff they're talking about with the flag coming down and everything. There's a GoPro video of one of the photographers that was actually ended up getting. I don't know if he was the one that took the shot or close to it, but it goes through timestamps of earlier in the day. And you can, first of all, that flag is lifted by two cranes. So you would have to have two crane operators simultaneously lowering the flag for this picture. The flag is clearly up by wind earlier in the photograph. So to me, it's just the gust of wind that was keeping the flag up. The flag happened to come because, like, why wouldn't you just have the flag in that position already? Why wouldn't you already have the photographers there if you're trying to stage it? Why make this whole complicated thing and trust for everything to go just right to get that picture? And if if I don't, some people don't think he got clipped in the ear, but if you believe those people died and they were shot at, that means he was in the line of fire. And there's a New York Times photographer that got actually an image of the bullet flying past his head. So I think I think somebody tried to kill him, send a message. They already had somebody in office that was compliant with whatever the plan was as
yeah,
president. So
yeah, and it's easy to believe that that there's people out there that want to kill him too. So that
Absolutely.
I mean, he's a
LT,
very volatile guy.
LT. I don't know if you've seen the movie yet, but before you go, if undeniable proof of Michael Jackson's allegations were true, would you stop listening, or is the catalog just too good?
Fuck. Just for the sake of the internet, I would have to stop listening to him. Fuck him.
The internet's
Nah, nah.
forever.
Yeah,
Watch what you say.
yeah.
You're
Although,
you're saying for the sake of the internet, so that means your answer is really the opposite.
yeah. No, I don't know. I'd still have to stop listening, man. I don't know. That's tough. You can't. That's hard to defend. You can't defend that. You
Yo,
know.
thank you. I appreciate the honesty. Thank
Uh,
you so much, LT. Thank you for calling in, man.
I really wanted to call in for Drake though. By the way,
All
he's
right,
not
so call
Okay.
watched.
back in because we'll probably run some extra calls. I got you.
All right, but
Thank you, brother. All right, who do we got next?
Going on, y'all?
What up? What
Yo,
up? What up? What's
Dalton.
good?
What's good, brother?
Yo, what's up, man? I had to tap back in with you guys, man.
Yeah.
Last show was too good.
Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. So, where do you stand initially? Do you feel that this was a staged assassination attempt for Trump to win the election? Do you think that the shooter was a lone wolf, or do you think this was a deep state conspiracy to take Trump out?
Uh, I don't think that. All right, there's levels to this. I don't think that this was. I feel like it was staged. I'm gonna say why because I feel like if we look at there was because there was a last time, and we can talk about like the last time where they and to me that last time was like a joke, right? Like they
Are you
I don't
talking
know. It's
about?
like
Which last time?
okay, so an assassination attempt or alleged attempt on Trump's life, where the shooter, I guess, shot past his ear or something like that.
Yeah,
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 that's what
that's
we're
the one we're
talking
talking
about.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, so for that, I feel like that was staged, and then I cut on. I didn't
But
even cut on the
why?
TV. I feel like with the controversy that's surrounding that's always surrounding the president. Like our president is the Diddy of presidents. Like I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like he's always on Twitter. He's always doing something. He's always in something. He just arrested he's the only president I know to go to Venezuela and like capture a president, lock him up, and then like we gonna take the oil. Like he's just Debo. You know what I'm saying? Like you out for a Friday, he like Debo to like the other countries and shit. So I feel like he got a lot of like one of
He
the
got
last
enemies.
one of the last callers said he got a lot of enemies out here, bro. Like I know people in Southside right now that want to murder Trump. And then if you look at if you look at the political parties, right? There are people that are like have opposing views. Like on
Wait,
one
but
side,
then
I do
hold on
feel
one second. Because if you say he has a lot of enemies, then why do you feel it was staged? Don't you think that, hey, maybe this was really one of his enemies that wanted to take him out?
because I feel like it's all politics, bro. Like I think that
Yes.
the shock value, the shock value, the shock value just goes up whenever there's like some type of it's like let's create a situation that'll have the public enthralled or enthused by like whatever we do. So this shit could like legitimately not be real and just appear real to everybody, and it just makes people talk and comment and worry and panic and causes mass hysteria. I feel like he goes for that. Like
Yeah, but you think
the man
he's
is a
gonna
businessman at the end of the day. Like
gonna
yes,
risk a bullet going right by his head for the
Nope.
to
I don't
do?
really feel like nah, not necessarily. This is what I'm saying. It's hard to say like they shoot this nigga to try to kill this nigga, or is this
Listen,
is this
man.
staged? It's a
Listen,
hard
man.
thing.
It's a hard one to pull people on that side of things. It happened. It wasn't staged. Nobody is gonna try to take a bullet or at least get it that close to
I,
you and make it be.
I agree.
And let's not forget, somebody fucking died that day. It's not a staged event. We gotta move
Look,
away from
I
this
agree.
type of shit.
No,
Somebody
no, no.
died.
I agree. It's just you know what it is. It's just what happened with Charlie Kirk prior to this, leading up to this, and it was like his in my opinion, lack of remorse. Okay, like you made a day for the man, and you spoke on behalf of him or whatever. You invited his wife out, and like I just think that he's so caught up in his celebrity that shit. I feel like it's. I don't think nobody deserves to die. I'm not wishing death on him, right? I feel like yo, good for your ass, bro. Like you got a wake up call. Like people out here don't like you, bro. Like you.
Yeah, okay. People out here don't like you. And I guarantee people in your life don't like you either. It don't
Nah,
mean you got
I
to get shot
agree.
for it. And no
Look,
matter
listen,
how
I
much
agree. But this is
influence
what I'm
you
saying.
got, you should have some
I don't wish
fucking
it.
decorum and not have to be a bitch about somebody using their words. This is the generation, not even a generation, but we're in a time where everybody got to say something. And if it ain't right, we got to deal with you in some way, shape, or form. Niggas
Look,
out
I
here is
don't.
pussy because nobody ever want to come do it face
I
to
ain't
face.
disagree.
And that's
Listen,
what the problem is.
no,
But
I
everybody
don't
just want to start
disagree. I don't
shooting
disagree.
and doing it
Look,
because
right,
these
right.
niggas
Somebody
don't
hit the
listen.
on switch for
Let me
later.
throw something. Let me throw
Nah, this
something
is
into it, right?
bullshit.
If the shooter was back, right, we probably it would have went different, right? And I ain't trying to make it
What do you mean?
like a
What
racist.
would have been different?
What you
He would have
mean?
shot
They had to
sideways.
dude was on the floor. Dude was on the floor like this, right? Laid out on the floor with his head to the side or whatnot. Bro, if that dude
You
was
talking
black,
about last night?
they
Last
would
night
have
he
booked
was
it.
black.
The
Yeah,
nigga's
yeah,
black.
yeah.
He's black.
Wait.
He
So
is
I didn't.
at least
Okay,
half.
so
He
I'm
got
missing. I'm missing.
yo, nigga's black.
No, so that what I saw was
He's
must have been
black. He's
completely
not
different. Like,
dead, and he'll be in court on Monday.
yeah,
Dalton,
well,
I appreciate you, brother. Nah, I
dang.
feel you. I feel where you going, but I also you talking crazy.
Yo,
I
Before
don't
you,
know,
let's
man.
talk Michael, man.
yes, before you go, I'm curious. Right now, if let's
Oh,
just
this
say
is even
undeniable
harder
proof,
question.
if let's say undeniable proof of Michael Jackson's allegations were true, would you stop listening to the music, or you still listening?
Oh man, I might have to listen privately in my car, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's Michael Jackson, man. That man made Thriller. Like, I got kids, bro. So it's like you talking about the pedophile situation, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah. Beat it. I
All right,
can't
what
listen
about?
if
Are you
that's the
still
case.
listening to R. Kelly here and there? Case closed.
Listen, I gotta listen to Kells, man. Yo, Kells is a monster. That
Yo,
chocolate factory.
Dalton,
You know what I
you
mean?
got to stand on what position to stay in,
All right.
bro.
Nah, I've been listening. I grew up on Michael Jackson, bro. I can't not listen to Michael Jackson.
All
Exactly.
I'm
right.
sorry for
I'm
them
with.
kids. I'm sorry for them kids. You
Yeah.
know,
I'm sorry. All
yeah,
right.
but
This is
yeah, that
alleged,
man
by the
made
way.
Thriller.
There's no
He
reason,
made
no reason to
he made
apologize.
he made Thriller, man. People passed out at his concerts, man. Like,
Yep.
you know,
Yo,
yeah,
my guy, Dalton, you've been hilarious. I appreciate you, brother. Thank
of
you for calling
course.
in. I'll see you next week,
Thanks
man.
for having me, man. Of
Yes,
course.
peace.
All
All
right,
right,
bro.
who do
Later.
we have next? Yo,
Woo!
Lenny just went, oh,
Yo,
yo, that was hilarious.
Chris, what up?
What's going on?
Oh,
Man, I don't think Trump was in any danger in either shooting. I think none.
wait.
I think that they had some sort of knowledge about it before, because when you look at it too, like, so say the shooting where they lowered the flag. There's videos where they saw the shooter and they're telling the police, the Secret Service, hey, you got this dude over here. He's on a roof, everything like that, and they straight up ignore them, right? I have a few friends that work with, Secret Service. I was a Marine. I still work for the government. From a tactical
Thanks for your
standpoint,
service.
thank you. They're not ignoring that. You know what I mean? Same thing with this correspondence dinner shooting. Like, DC is the most monitored, I guess, city in the world. You're not going anywhere. There is every square inch of that city has video coverage. Once you get closer to the White House, you can't tell me that this dude was carrying a gun. Whether some people are saying, oh, it was plastic and he got past the metal detectors. What about the bullets? You know what I mean? There's just so much stuff that doesn't make sense, where it's like, to get that close and for so many fuck ups from Capitol Police, Secret Service,
Right.
and other agencies, because there's other agencies besides them that also provide protection.
Absolutely.
For all of them to fuck up, I don't believe it.
But I'd like to just, because now we have the video, we can see he charged in as if that shit was supposed to work. The other point of it is, yeah, we're saying that he got into the building, but the actual party area was on a different level. So were the stops in place that should have worked upon entry? No, but then again, he rushed right in. So I don't know if this is more of a, I'm going to try this shit out. Let's see if it sticks. And he didn't get killed. They shot at him, but he's still here. So
And also, wait, 1 second.
What they had to do.
With the shooting in Butler, like, I do agree with you that it is a little odd that people were pointing to him on the roof and getting law enforcement's attention, but it was a few people in the back, and it seems like they were talking to local law enforcement, because Secret Service is mainly on roofs monitoring things and things like that. And I think it could potentially have been a breakdown in communication between the two law enforcement agencies.
I also think there's reports that the snipers saw him on the roof, but they didn't see the rifle. They saw the scope. So they wanted to shoot him, but they weren't given, but their higher ups told them not to take him out.
Oh, really?
But
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Chris, but do you think he got clipped in the ear or not?
I don't think so. Because, cartilage doesn't grow back. We would see something. If it grazed his head, we'd see a scar.
What about the image of the bullet flying past his head?
Man, I could go on Microsoft Paint, just drag my mouth quick, and make something like that.
It was a New York Times reporter.
You said what?
It was a New York Times reporter. They're not really pro-Trump.
That's true, but okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, so on one of the bases I work at down here in San Diego, it's a permanent base, and I guess half Navy, and came down here one time. And we were selling 2 submarines to Australia. So they had whoever's in charge of Australia. I thought it was a kangaroo. Turns out it's this random old white dude. So they show up, they're on stage, they're talking, they're doing whatever. And he's got his reporters, he's got the people who are against him as Biden and the people that are pro Biden. Being critical, being this, being that, whatever. The second the cameras were done, all of them were best friends. They all rode together. They're all in the same caravan. The reporters is crazy because the reporters, so when that caravan takes off, he gets into what's called the Beast. They got this big ass limo. Doors are about a foot thick. You have a bunch of other cars, Secret Service following, helicopter, aerial coverage, everything. All the reporters are brought with him, whether they love him, whether they hate him, everything. And then everyone's shaking hands. They're all coworkers, so they can pretend to hate each other. But it's no more watching the news than when you watch what is the dude's name? Michael Jost on SNL.
So, but do you give any credence to the idea that it might have been either a foreign government or our government they wanted to take him out? Because they got somebody who's very like compliant to whatever the protocol is in office. It's Biden's Secret Service, and you got Trump out there like peddling, we're going to stop all these wars, we're not going to go into new wars, and he's a bit erratic. He might not be as controllable. And then maybe after they missed, they came in his ear and whispered like, "Hey, like we could do that again."
That's possible. I mean, as being a foreign actor, I mean, the only country that I think would be able to do that would be, Israel. But
About Shalom.
that's a whole L'chaim, a whole different topic right there.
Yo, do y'all remember?
Well, where do you go? Like, where are you, like, percentage wise between staged and like foreign intelligence, maybe?
I would say 90% staged.
Ooh, wow.
Somebody died.
Because on top of that too,
And you were like a
on top of that too,
firearms instructor, right?
Me? Yeah, I was.
So what about the person who died?
And 2 got shot.
Again, that could have been part of their plan. That's one of those things.
Now this is sinister.
It's crazy.
I don't think
It's
they would
crazy,
not
but it's
sacrifice
true.
somebody, but
Every single
who's there?
week.
It's Biden's Secret Service at the time.
Think about it like this. For which one? Which shooting are we talking about for this one?
Butler,
That's the flag dropping, right?
Yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
So, alleged.
When
So someone died, right? I mean, the government doesn't give a fuck about anybody dying. If you think about the CIA has a meeting every single week where they have a kill list of people who need to die that week. And they go and they carry it out in countries we're not supposed to be in to shape political climates. We do whatever we can as a country to
Stay on
make sure
top.
they want to preserve. They don't give a fuck about the regular people. That's one thing a lot of people get misconstrued about the government. The government isn't here to serve people. They're here to make sure that the machine keeps turning and we keep on putting money, the cogs keep turning and we can support the idea of America. They want to make sure that America persists. They don't give a shit about us.
Wait, I'm really curious.
You're still employed by the government, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Are you not a part of the machine?
I am.
What are we talking about? You
Hey,
should be, you gotta. I don't know, man.
Let him talk.
You're talking to everybody, so you got to be careful out here. You're a part of the machine. You can't be letting this shit out.
I am, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying anything except my opinions. There's nothing else.
But you don't fall in line, soldier.
I'm a contractor now. That's the best part.
Okay. Never mind.
Wait, but I'm curious. You have these views, but then you voluntarily signed up for the military that actually goes out and puts into action these plans.
When I joined, I came from a family of Marines. I love the Marine Corps. And it wasn't until I deployed and I was in the Middle East and I was like, what the fuck are we doing here? I was like, all we have to do is just stop giving the country water and then this war would be over. We Afghanistan literally said, if we pull out within 6 months, the country would collapse because we support them that much financially.
Right.
Right. There's no reason for us to be there. It was all just political. Like to this day, I still, even after being over there, I was like, I don't know why the fuck we're over here.
Oh, so did your feelings change after you were in the military?
After you retired?
Absolutely.
No,
almost. I would say about roughly, 60-70% of people who I served with after they got out completely changed their views on the government.
Gotcha. Oh, that's interesting. Yo, man, thank you. This is a first time caller for you. Hopefully not last time. Before you go, we asked everybody a dilemma question. If there was undeniable proof that the Michael Jackson allegations were true, would you stop listening to the music or do you still keep listening?
Absolutely. He's getting SPM treatment. He's deleting all the music.
Wait, you delete all the music?
From SPM when I found out about his? Yeah, absolutely.
Who's SPM?
I don't know.
South
Who's
Park
SPM?
Mexican.
Who the fuck is that?
He's a rapper from LA, but he ended up catching a charge being a chomo. So
okay. So you're saying stop listening?
Absolutely. Yeah, if everything was true, no way.
Even Thriller?
But you got to wait until it's proven all true.
If it's proven all true, I'll let Thriller slide on Halloween. You know what I mean?
That should be the worst time because there's nothing but kids listening to it. This is the worst time.
That's what makes it even scarier.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it is crazy. Yo, Chris, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Chris.
Appreciate you.
Oh, we got another caller? Okay, let's take one more caller and then we'll move on to the next one. Hey, our guy Tage. What's up, brother?
What's good?
Was good.
Okay. So first, you got to tell us, where do you stand? Was this a lone actor?
God.
Was this a deep state conspiracy to take Trump out? Or was this a plot by Trump to win the election? A staged assassination?
Son, I think this is going to be all feelings, no facts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see what was happening to Trump right before all this happened?
He was beating Biden in the presidential election.
Nah, they were kind of close, wasn't it?
No. Sorry. For this, whatever happened, the correspondence.
night.
dinner.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you're talking about last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see what was happening?
No.
Oz the Mentalist was talking to him.
Oh, yes. Friend of the show. He was on Flame.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
show. So you think he was getting Trump's ATM number, and then someone had to be like, "Yo, someone's got to get shot. We gotta get him out of here."
yeah. Well, we know
Who
he's not a
knows?
witch now, right? Because his mentalist, he always says I'm not a witch, but every time I watch his stuff, I'm like, that bro's a witch.
Yeah.
He would have known about the shooter if he was a witch.
Yeah, he should have known.
Yeah.
about that.
You think this guy? He had a piece of paper out there. He was showing people numbers. He was doing whatever. He might have got Trump's ATM, and people had to put a stop to it. So maybe someone was already at the ATM, and that's who they got shot.
Okay.
It's all feelings, no
potential
facts.
theory.
All
Yeah,
right,
I like
all
it.
right.
Conspiracies.
But
Yo, Arsen, can you give Tage your hat?
yeah. I think like
I know.
I'm deserving of
It's
this
all
hat.
feelings, no facts. All feelings, no
Okay,
facts.
but what about the Butler shooting? Do you feel that was staged, or do you feel that was a real assassination attempt?
I think the one thing is like there are a lot of information, like pieces of facts that are like out there, right? Like I don't think anything ever goes according to plan. So there's probably some messiness that probably happened. I find it difficult to say that it was staged. But there's a lot of like series of events that happen that like seems like it just can't all be random, you know?
Mhm.
So I think like LT was saying, it's like it's crazy that we're like these theories or these ideas are all like mainstream now, and like we're okay with that, right? Like it's like we shouldn't want our president to be shot. Like we shouldn't be wanting our president to like be like even like considering this is a staged event. But like
Yeah.
unfortunately with the way that everything's been going, it's like it could be one or the other. Like we always hear about like if you step a foot on the grass or even near the White House, there's snipers on the roof, there's got all this other stuff. Like how did someone get in the lobby and all this other crazy stuff that was happening? Like it's not it like none of that makes complete sense. We didn't see everything. Like if you see like some of the videos from all the different angles, it's hilarious of what was happening, of like how like RFK got like covered up and he was getting pulled out, and then his wife is in like a tight dress, heels, trying to walk behind. She's clear as day available to everyone. And I think Melania had the same thing. It's like the most, and she's trying to like hold and like follow and catch up with them, and then she can't
Yeah.
even do that because she can't even move around. There's people like stealing like champagne and wine. There's some guy
Stealing?
that's like yeah, there's like video of like people just like, oh, who knows what's going on, I'm just gonna take this bottle with me.
That's funny.
And
Charlie
there's
Kirk.
there's
Yeah.
a guy that's like sitting down. There's a guy that's sitting down and he's just eating his food. He's
That guy's
looking
a
around
G.
everywhere. Old
Stayed
dude,
in
he's
the
just
seat.
sitting down acting like nothing happened. I was like, yo, what is like if a shooter happens, everyone's freaking out, right? Like we're all like out, and especially in the White House, especially with Trump, all this nonsense. If Trump's getting out, like we're all getting out, right? Hopefully.
didn't have
But
his hearing aids
there
in.
is some proximity to it, right? We are talking about guns
seen
here.
people,
We're talking about loud guns. They weren't on the same level. So yeah, you hear the banging, but is it the same loud sound that you would hear if we were all together and somebody starts shooting? It's a little different. People
sure
didn't
they
know
weren't on the
what
same
to
level?
do.
Let's save this for
It
off
was not.
script. Let's save this for off
the-
script because I do
the
want to talk
video-
about this. But the Butler shooting, why is MAGA turning on Trump and trying to say this is staged? That's usually what the Democrats should be doing.
To be honest, I think, I mean, for some reason, I don't know why this doesn't get talked more, but I think it's because not many people or as many of the other side are on Truth Social, I guess. But there's been articles and stuff of showing of like Trump posting in the middle of the night, like from like midnight all the way to like 3 a.m., just random stuff, saying random stuff. Who knows if it's him? Who knows if something other else is happening? But it seems like my man's getting irate, right? Like, I mean, it's not like it just happened recently. It's probably been going on for months, if not years now. But like it seems like there's like, I think he's maybe not as functioning at the same speed that he usually was. I mean, this happens to everyone. It's not like it has to be him or Biden or whatever happens, right? Like it's just old age. But I wonder if like he's just not moving on things as eloquently or as cleanly as he was in the past. So now MAGA's like we're seeing things fall apart. We're seeing things not going moving around, and he's not able to deliver what he probably could, which is kind of scary because, right, like would you rather have a sleepy president like Biden or something like that where nothing gets done, so to speak, or like, there's people in the back operating, puppeting or something versus like, is that what's happening with Trump now? Like he was supposed to lead, he was supposed to do stuff, hold his party accountable to like his standards.
Yeah.
But like, I think, I
Oh, so
wonder
you're
if that's
saying-
what's happening.
You're saying because people are seeing the decline in Trump, they're jumping ship in preparation for the next guy.
I didn't say this. Charlemagne said this. Charlemagne said that there's like wait for an internal coup is going to be coming a few months ago. So,
that's an interesting take.
I wonder if they're like not trying to like get him out of here, right? Like I don't think like shooting him and killing him is like the move, but I do wonder if they're trying to like move things around and slow things down. I don't think it's even like a warning shot. I just wonder if they're just trying to change the narrative or move stuff around with him because things aren't going as cleanly, and I think like especially like now financially with the straight and all that stuff, and things haven't been cleaned up, and we don't know, like Lenny always says, we don't know the full decisions of everything that's being done. So we don't know if there was something that they thought he was going to go one way and then he went the other, or he's not making a decision, so now they're like, dude, we need this and it's timely and whatever, and now you're like waffling or whatever for whatever reason. So I do like you're clearly seeing strains that are happening, and I wonder, especially like maybe they're getting more information, with the midterms coming up and all these changes, and especially like again, inflation's probably hurting everyone, so now everyone's probably stressing.
I don't know. It's a good theory, but I still think Trump is here to stay, and as long as he's alive, he's going to be a powerful force in the conservative movement, I think, for as long as he's alive. But yo, Tage, before you go, I need to hear this. If undeniable proof of Michael Jackson's allegations were true, would you stop listening, or is the catalog just too good?
Probably stop listening, but like if the song came on, is my foot tapping? Probably. I don't know. But oh, sorry, the one other thing with that is go Knicks. We got that win. Hey, we have to get that keep. It was funny as hell because Ben Stiller put like got it done on Twitter, and all these MAGA people are going crazy because they're like, who got it done? Like they're like, oh, they're coming after Trump. And he's
funny.
like, he's a huge Knicks fan. So he was just like, no, it's the Knicks. So all day, every day, go Knicks.
Yeah, and if anything, they didn't get it done. But yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Tage. Appreciate you for calling, brother.
Peace.
All right, let's move right along to our next topic. This one is a little less serious. So, Drake is now the MrBeast of hip hop. He just dropped a 25-foot, 1 million pound ice block in a Toronto parking lot to reveal the release date of his new album, Iceman. Fans literally showed up with blowtorches and flamethrowers to melt this thing, forcing the fire department to shut it down. A Twitch streamer finally pulled out the May 15th date, and he got a bag of cash handed to him straight out of Drake's mansion window. He couldn't step outside of his place. He just threw him a bag of cash from the window. Great job, Drake. One side is saying this is genius marketing that proves he's uncancelable, while he's busy suing his own label for allegedly rigging Spotify and Apple devices to push Kendrick's diss track. He completely hijacked the internet's attention, plus his numbers are absolutely insane. He just became the first artist in history to cross 130 billion total Spotify streams and sitting at nearly 89 million monthly listeners right now. Prediction markets are already giving the album nearly 70% chance of selling 500,000 units in the first week. And to them, he didn't lose his spot. He just changed the game. But the other side is calling this pure desperation. You don't drop 1 million pounds of ice if you're confident in the music. Ever since Kendrick's beef, the industry has sort of boxed him out a little bit. Newer artists are terrified of the optics of working with him, meaning that legendary Drake feature pipeline has completely dried up. Sparking a public safety hazard doesn't fix his destroyed street cred. It just highlights how hard he's overcompensating. What's my take? Stunts are supposed to hype up the music, not distract from the mess. When you are literally suing your record label because you lost a rap battle and you can't get the hottest artist to clear a feature anymore, hiding behind a giant ice block doesn't look like dominance. It looks like he's panicking. But let's see what Lenny and Arsen feel about this. Is this a brilliant pivot for a global pop star or the loudest cry of help we've ever seen? Since Arsen, you started last time, Lenny, what do you think?
No, it's just a stunt. Like, don't you want this? Don't we want people, if you got music coming out, you want to be interesting, right? So do something that's interesting and fun. I don't think it has anything to do with his issue with Drake, or the issue with Kendrick, or if people don't see him as hot or marketable anymore. Like, this is what you got to do. Like, get people, get the fans talking about shit. And when you drop your shit, everybody's going to be excited for it. That's really all that he needs to do. Like, I think, you just said it. He's still, 89 million plays a month? Like, he's still doing his thing. He's good. He's good.
Okay, but so if dropping 1 million pounds of ice isn't panic, like, what would you call it?
But
like, why
is it panic? What makes you think it's panic? Well, it's a gimmick, right? It's a stunt. That's what people do. So why is it panic? He gave bread to the person that found the thing. It's all good. This is fun.
So does this make you excited for the music?
No.
So then it's not working.
Yeah, but me personally, I would never be like, oh my God, Drake is dropping. Like, I don't give a shit about his music like that.
So you've never been excited for Drake music?
No. Like, not really. Like, but that's not my lane, right? Like, music's coming out. Oh my God, I gotta listen to it. I'm not that person. You can listen to a new album, be like, yeah, it was good. It was this, with that. I don't care. I'd rather hear the plays. Back in the day, when you were on the radio, now you just got to hear it on YouTube. You don't really get it the same way we used to, how it was introduced, the new music. Now you got to go through stunts and you got to do hyper activity and events for people to understand what your new music is going to be. Because if you just drop it the way they do, then it loses the allure.
Okay. Arsen, how do you feel about Drake? Or do you get excited for Drake music at all?
With music, I feel like an unk.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still listening to DMX, but I do think that is to Lenny's point, people aren't going to the stores to get like CDs anymore, and so I think you have to do something like this to get people talking about you, get it, people interested about it, and I think this way it's kind of a fun way of doing it. Like, instead of creating a beef with somebody or having some kind of a crazy expensive promotion machine behind you, I think it's actually kind of a creative way to do it. Do we know any background behind the title of Iceman? Is it?
For the most part, it's still pretty mysterious.
You're saying he's not hot anymore. So is it a little bit of like kind of like a dig of like, I'm the Iceman now?
I don't know. Wasn't the Iceman a mafia hitman?
Huh?
Wasn't the Iceman a mafia hitman back around Boston area? Something like that.
Shit. Maybe that's the case. I really don't know.
Maybe honestly, he's coming to kill niggas.
I doubt that, because he needs to stop with the tough guy thing, because it hasn't been working. Like, just go back to making good music. But this is just a little bit weird, because it's like, I get what you're saying, Lenny. You bring up a good point. It's like, hey, he did something different. It gets people excited. That's what a rollout should be. You want to get people excited. But the actual thing you're doing to get people excited, it's not anything having to do with music. Like, you have people who are streamers that just want attention, that they come here and they're busting this thing open to get a release date. And it's like, like you said, you're not excited for the music. I'm not personally excited for the music. So it's like, I don't think the actual stunt is getting people focused on the music. If you did something around the music, like, holy shit, he did a collab with this crazy person, I can't wait to hear it. Or like, maybe you put out a snippet of something and it's like, wow, that should sound crazy. Like, that is something that gets you excited for the actual product.
I mean, maybe this is just the tip of the iceberg. Maybe this is the beginning, and maybe
pun intended.
Exactly. Maybe he wants you to get this part, and then he'll release a couple of things, a couple of sound bites. If nobody in the industry,
but has been. That's the problem. He has been already, and it hasn't worked. Like, he's been releasing little snippets on YouTube for a while now, for months, and nobody really gives a fuck.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about hip hop and rap like that
good?
Right now in the country? Like, seriously, that's where the conversation is. Hip hop even on that playing field right now?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
For whom?
Lenny,
when you're in Billboard,
89 million streams a month is still a poppin' genre of music.
but you're not on any type of billboards or whatever. Like people, so just because you have 89 million streams a month doesn't mean they're listening to your latest and greatest. A lot of people want to go back to So Far Gone and listen to that. A lot of people are going back to the catalog and will say, "Yo, we really like this shit." But for your new shit, I don't care. Like people aren't interested in hip hop. I was watching the Coachella shit. Most of anything that's hip hop was lame. Everything that was like dubstep, disco, whatever the fuck they call this shit, everybody was hyped to it. Hip hop is dead with this, man. That's that's the problem.
Stop. Your hip hop's not dead. Let's stop it. Just because
It's
it might
not the
be
mainstream. Like,
so what? Who gives a fuck if it's not mainstream?
But you're talking to the effect of no one gives a shit. But if the state of hip hop is where it's not great, then all right, maybe no one gives a shit because the state of hip hop is not great.
People still care about Kendrick. Kendrick had the biggest year out of pretty much any artist. Grammys, Super Bowl, like come on. Like that's an amazing year.
That was what was that, last year? All right.
Yeah.
22 years ago.
It was technically it fell between both years.
All right. Well, listen, nobody gives a shit.
How? I just
guarantee
told you people give a
gives
shit. Lenny,
that's why we're talking about it. But you're getting on Drake for actually making something, you try to do something outside the box. You want to call it MrBeast, sure, but like have fun with it, and maybe next week we get some samples. And again, if nobody else in hip hop wants to fucking work with him, he needs to go to other genres and figure it out over there. But remember, because of the numbers, the covers of the numbers you said, he doesn't need to work with anybody. He doesn't need to do anything because he's self-sufficient in his own. Clearly, he's still popular.
Okay, do you think that the legal, like suing his own record label and suing Drake, has that affected his legacy?
Yeah. But everybody's just going to see you as a bitch. I don't think it's a legacy thing. Like for the music, all right, we love your music, but everybody's going to be like, yo, he's a bitch. Why'd he do that? That's it.
Okay, but then you lose the cred as an artist.
No, because he was never a gangster rapper to begin with.
I think there was like a period of people like afraid of Drake.
What?
Like
afraid of Drake or what he could do.
Exactly. That's power. That is intimidation.
If you want to talk real power, you talk about somebody like 50 Cent, like, oh, he's crazy enough to actually do the things he's saying. Drake was never that person. Nobody's ever go, oh, watch out for Drake. He might do this. He might jump into the crowd.
I agree with that statement, but still, if you know Drake has goons or he has power in his city where, hey, if you come to my city, you're going to get touched, that's still some intimidation. Like, that's not nothing.
That's because they probably press him in California or something, and he's like, he got to get something back. Like,
yo, you sound like a hater.
Shit out. What's that?
You sound like a hater right now, bro.
I'm not a hater. What am I hating on? I'm telling you, he's doing all right. You sound like a hater. You talk about he's lost the plot. He can't fucking he's got to do these stunts for people to care. You sound like a hater. I'm telling you, he doesn't need to, but I'm also telling you he's not a gangster.
But the stunt didn't get you or I interested in the music. So
I'm old, which means you're old.
I ain't old. Look at this. You see this kid.
No, but it makes me like a little more.
Even so, the 20-year-olds, the kids in high school, they're probably not being. I can't wait till Drake come out. It's probably not happening.
Okay, well, we are yet to see when it comes out on May 15th. Then we'll know. But if, let's say it flops.
Promotion.
No, but let's say the album flops and it doesn't sell or it doesn't spin as much as it's supposed to. Like, is his career over?
No.
So you think he's too big to fail?
He's probably too big to fail, but let me say this. We're at a point where you're making money differently and you're going to make money off of tours. Let's see how he does off the tours, because the streams now, it's a different game. I don't know how they really make the money like that, but if he tours well, yes. If he doesn't, then he's got a problem.
Okay. All right. Let's open the phone lines up to callers. Let's see what they got to say about this Drake situation. Do we have anyone ready on the line?
Yeah.
Chris, what's good?
What's good, everybody? What's good?
Okay, let's start. Are you a Drake fan?
Yes, I am. Did
this ice stunt get you excited for the album?
No, because I am an old Drake fan. I'm not old. I'm 32, so I would consider myself a little bit more in the older age of Drake fans. But I think what Drake is suffering from is a marketing problem. Because I'm gonna be honest, this could have slapped. There could have been a better way to do like this release for like the Iceman album and stuff like that.
Give us an example, because he's been trying a lot of stuff.
I think it honestly just when it comes to marketing, I'm not a marketing guy. I think it's one of the professions where you literally have to just try shit. You literally have to throw shit against the wall, see if it works, whatever kind of like wherever the young are trending to and stuff like that, kind of what Lenny is talking about, you kind of lean that way because this may be like a little bit of a hot take, but like younger generations, they flock to music, right?
Mhm.
NWA got super popular off of the young culture and everything like that. Snoop Dogg got popular off of the young culture because definitely the boomers weren't fucking with any of that stuff, right? And
Nope.
like it's just like, and you know, as much as I don't really fuck with Coachella now because it's just like all marketing and other bullshit and stuff like that. Listen, the young kids want to listen to all the EDM and this, that, and the
Yep.
third. So he's
Uh,
got to do what he's got to do in order to remain that top guy, you know?
so I hear you, but he like one thing you're suggesting, oh, you got to throw shit at the wall. He's been throwing a lot of shit at the wall. Like
Mhm.
he's been putting out these long ass YouTube streams where it's like it's a long ass music video and
Mhm.
to hint at the new music. He's been going on mad streamers, like different streamers popping up
Mhm.
and trying to relate to the young kids. Now he's doing this thing with the ice. Like he's throwing shit at the wall. And usually Drake didn't have to try this hard in the past. Like just
Mhm.
Drake aura alone is like, oh
But
shit,
may,
he's dropping in the summer. We already know what time it is.
before you start, Chris, remember
Go for it.
you are making the case for Drake that he seems to be doing okay because you know about the long streams, you know about his reach out to youth and doing all these different things. So if you're the more your name is out there, the better it is. Like bad
Nah,
press, good press, it's still good. It's still press, and you're still out there, and you're
to be
talking
honest,
about it.
I know about these things because I did research on this topic. I didn't know that he was doing mad
But
YouTube
somebody's but
streams and mad long.
somebody's looking at it. What are the numbers on the research? What were the views? Are they
My
decent? Are they all right? You know?
I think my thing is that like right now Drake isn't an overall guy that everybody loves right now at this moment because you still have people who are like still riding Team Kendrick and you know they don't fuck with like a bunch of things that he's doing. He's fighting with his own team right now, like you guys just said in the intro and stuff like that. So I think Drake is right now on like the downslope of this part of his career. What I honestly, you know, like whoever's listening that's a part of Drake's team, I think honestly, he just needs to take a break, step away from a little bit. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, and then come
Absolutely.
back with a big bang.
But has
You
he
know what I'm
been in the
saying?
light?
I
I don't
feel
think
like
he's
he
been in the
has
light.
taken somewhat of a break. He's throwing out a couple of feature tracks here and there, but
Mhm.
is he really on the downstream if he's still getting 89 million streams a month and he just passed 130 billion Spotify streams? Like he's still the like
I
probably one of the top 5 artists in the world right now.
You know what I think it is? I think for me personally too, and this might be just like a personal thing, since we're gonna talk about, you know, that crazy question that y'all have that I don't want to answer afterwards. I think it kind of goes back to that, right? Where is Drake amongst like the tops in artists right now? Right? You know, like is he in your top five? Is he in your top 10? Like honestly, I think he's been bumped down just a little bit more because he don't have that same kind of like aura that a Michael Jackson has and stuff like that, right?
Mm.
So I
And
think
so, what do you think knocked the aura? Was it the Kendrick beef? Was it the lawsuit? Or just natural aging? And it's like, hey,
Just the
I
music
you're
is
think
not
it's
not
as
as
hot.
good.
just I think it's just the natural progression. Again,
Yeah.
like not only I'm not saying that those things didn't help. Definitely those things didn't help him getting like, you know, say what you want to say, Kendrick beat him. The thing with his team, the fighting with his team and stuff like that, like it goes back to one of the my favorite quotes is like you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So that's I feel like what's happening with Drake, you know, like God bless him and everything like that. He's had such an amazing career and stuff like that. But like sometimes in art, you just go on a down slope in a sense, you know, like yeah, he's doing all this stuff, like all this EDM stuff, the ice, whatever, and stuff like that. But like that's more so appealing to where the young are, where all
Yeah.
the young people are and stuff like that. Because again, like not a lot of like younger people that I know because I work with a couple of them at the bar that I work at. Not a lot of them really fuck with the 90s R&B or the 90s rap or hip hop or the early 2000s rap and hip hop and stuff like that, you know? And that's our music and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But they don't feel that. They want to go to like these clubs and listen to this EDM or listen to, you know, Sabrina Carpenter and stuff like that. So whatever he wants to do and his team wants to do in order to like keep him relevant enough,
Yeah.
I think it just from here on out, it has to be an absolute success. Otherwise, it just keeps bringing them down and down and down and down.
Yeah,
In
I
my
think I
opinion.
got it. I think I know what Drake needs to do.
Go off.
He needs to drop a country album.
Boom. See, that's why you have Arsen on the show. Let's go. See? Throw shit against the wall.
You're gonna open up your market. It's not that hard. It doesn't seem. Everybody seems to be doing it.
Let's go. See, Arsen got it. Let's go. What are we talking about?
No, Letty, why not? Letty, why not?
Why no country?
It worked for B. It worked for Beyonce. What are we talking about?
Chris, don't get on my nerves.
Come on. That's what I live for, Lenny.
It did not work for Beyonce.
Come on. What are we talking about?
Listen, I listen to country music, and you can take Beyonce's country music and kick it to the curb. That was bullshit. That wasn't real country. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. And
she
don't
still
do
won
it
awards. She still won mad awards. She still got
maybe
a lot of
if you do a collaboration, you get some Luke Combs going. You get my man with the dude with the black dude.
But here,
let him do some of that.
Here's my thing though. But like,
get a little collab there. Then you're on point.
Why does
Drake and Jelly Roll?
Why does why do some of these like white artists though they end up starting with the hip hop and then transition to like all these other stuff? Can't Drake start at hip hop and stuff like that and then transition to other music just to change up the career to see if like it fits? You know what I mean?
You think Drake is good for country? Okay,
we don't know because he haven't put out a country album.
What kind of country?
Let him cook for a little bit, see if it works, and if it's not,
he ain't gonna be cooking.
You know what I mean?
He ain't gonna be. He gonna be cooking without a pot. Get him out of here.
Letty, you're trying to protect country right now, but you let in Post Malone.
I'm not trying to protect it.
That's what. Thank you, Post Malone. Exactly, bro.
You let White Iverson into country, and he's busting y'all ass right
now. White Iverson.
Go off, Al.
White Iverson did what he had to do because he knew that he would get ahead of you, dumbass motherfuckers. Oh, this white guy doing all this shit, and then he can transition back. So he went and got your money and took it back.
And Drake is about to come and get y'all's money and then bring it back.
Yeah.
Drake ain't never got one bit of my money because I had LimeWire and all sorts of shit back then. So it ain't gonna happen.
We burning CDs and shit.
All right.
You damn right.
All right. Yo, Chris, the question you don't want to answer. So if undeniable proof of Michael Jackson's allegations were true, would you stop listening or is the catalog too good?
I hate y'all for this one. That just...
Did you enjoy the movie?
All right. I got to stand on business.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, I had to do the same thing with R. Kelly. I gotta let Mike go. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a slow and painful process.
Wow.
But listen, I said it on the show. I say it all the time. Once you start fucking around with kids, yeah, you done. You done in my life. You done. Ooh. You're cooked. You're cooked.
All right, we heard it here. Yo, Chris, thank you, man. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Copy.
I bet Chris has heard a little R. Kelly before, and he was like, "Oh yeah."
Hey. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
Okay.
I'm not saying nothing. I plead the fifth.
So then we're not done with R. Kelly.
I said I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
No doubt.
If it happens to pop up on my Spotify shuffle,
you.
I'm not saying I'm going to press skip because my hands might be busy at the time.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Doubt.
Like, I'm just saying.
We got frauds over here in the chat. Yo, Chris, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, brother. Who we got next? You?
Jesus.
What's up? Oh, Jesus, unmute yourself, brother.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Yeah, gang.
Yes,
Welcome to the show.
Hey, man, rap is dead. Look, you think about it, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, Cardi B, and Megan Thee Stallion, they're the last new rappers. Other than that, everybody else came and went. You got white people being cool now. Everybody listens to country. Kardashians don't even date rappers anymore. What are we talking about?
There's no danger in it.
That's holy shit.
You got black dudes talking about someone put me up another shot of whiskey. What the
fuck? Which, by the way, is an awful song, but they love it.
It's a rap song, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's a good song. What's dude's name? He's great.
Shabuski or something like that.
Yeah, Shabuzi. Yeah.
But yeah, before it was everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Yeah.
He took that shit. That's crazy. That's copyright infringement.
No, shot it. There's no Shabuzi is fire. That song is fire. You guys are hating right now. But that was a good ass point that you said the Kardashians aren't dating rappers anymore.
Come on, man. Hey, am I talking to 90s Al or Alexx Media?
Alexx Media right now. Yeah. Yeah, 90s Al comes out on a show we do PM nights. If you sign up to the Patreon, you'll see 90s Al on that one. But
No, but
all right,
look. Go
so
ahead. Go ahead.
you think what do you think about the ice block stunt that he did? Was this good to get people excited for the music?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know what happened. Can you tell me what happened?
How are you right now?
I can't talk shit about rap.
Now, there's a picture. Yeah, you can show a picture. So he did this stunt where it's like a whole bunch of ice that was in some Toronto parking lot, and basically he hid the release date for the album inside the ice, and a bunch of people just was coming and trying to break through the ice. Eventually, some streamer was able to get through. He found the envelope. The release date is May 15th, and then Drake paid that guy a bunch of money. What do you think? Was that a good rollout?
Shit corny as hell. I agree with the other guy. He said that Drake should do country.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
come on, man.
All
Hey,
right.
now look, check this idea out though. Like out of topic, right? You heard of micro dramas,
Yeah.
right? So I'm thinking about doing stand up 3 minutes, and just 3 minutes beginning, middle, and ending, and it'll just be 3 minutes, like a new special every time on Instagram and YouTube. 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Well, I'm only saying 3 minutes because I'm doing open mic, right?
That's
But-
called a joke.
Yeah. Sound like stand up.
I think Kill Tony has something like
That's not a special. It's just called a joke.
open mic.
But
Well, okay,
I like the creativity on that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then check out my stand up J Curlo 3015 on YouTube and Instagram.
Okay, if it's anything like this, I will not check it out. Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
Man,
I'm fucking
shit
with you.
fire.
Damn, son.
No, I'm joking. All love. All right, yo, but I appreciate you calling, first time caller. Before you go, if undeniable proof of Michael Jackson's allegations were true, would you stop listening to the music, or is the catalog too good?
Man, I still listen to R. Kelly. I don't care what the last dude said.
I think I could have guessed that one. Yo, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling in, brother.
I appreciate you, bro.
See you in the future. All right, let's move right along to the next. Oh, wait, do we have one more caller? Oh, shit. All right. Oh, yeah. I
LT,
forgot. You wanted
yeah.
to speak about this one, LT. Shoot.
Yep.
All right, go.
All right. Well, real quick, for anybody that was hating on the boy, I just have a quick message for you. Shut your bitch ass up.
All right.
Like Drake isn't for everybody, and he's well aware of this. He dropped Is There More in 2018, and I think ever since then he's kind of been like on some like, I'm just gonna go on some side missions, and that's kind of what we've been seeing. And he works on his own time, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I think people should just appreciate the art. I'm really heavily into him, as you can tell. I'm a big fan, but nah, rewind that shit. I really like his music, bro. Like I listen to it deep, like on another level. Like I like the lyricism. He's got really good storytelling, and I took a lot of his advice growing up. I mean, the good parts, not like all that other shit, but
okay. All right, wait. So I got a couple of questions right now. So you've been seeing the rollout. You've been seeing the things he's been doing on YouTube, him on kick streams or whatever the case is, and all the gambling he's doing. Like, how do you feel about this rollout to get people excited for the album?
So I'm not really fucking with the gambling, but that's like on every level, not just with Drake.
Okay.
I get it though. Everybody's trying to get a paycheck. But with the rollout, I don't know. It is a little lame, but it is what it is. I mean, what are we gonna do? I feel like the rap game's been a little weird. The whole Kendrick beef was kind of gay though, low key. I'm not even gonna lie.
I mean, I'm sure you felt that way because your boy lost.
Not really. Dude, when people were out there singing "They're Not Like Us" and all that gay shit, like I was like, yeah, thank God. Like y'all are tweaking. Y'all can keep that shit over there, bro.
Oh man, that is fan. If I had a fan, I want someone like you because that is crazy.
No. If Drake ever happens to hear this, bro, you gotta sign me. Like I'm not really like a music guy, but like, look, get this, bro. OVO tool bags all across the job site.
No doubt.
Think about it.
Since you're a real fan, what do you think of Drake doing a country album?
Nah.
Thank
Everybody
you.
who does a country album dies, bro. Like Lil Durk, he made that one song with that country dude. I haven't heard about him since. I think he even got locked up after.
What do you mean? You got Post Malone, you got Beyonce. There's a lot of people that make country that didn't die.
They're all right with it. I mean,
Listen.
they're blended.
Yeah, like it's not real country, and they came back to where they.
You're such a hater. Like.
That's not
Lenny's
hating.
a
Why
hater,
album was
bro.
real
can't I have an
country.
opinion? Why can't I have an opinion?
You gotta be like
No, you
Confederate to
can,
make real country.
you can.
What is that?
Trash.
No, say it, say it.
All right. Yo, LT, thank you again for calling in, brother. I appreciate you.
Love, guys.
Love.
Peace, bro.
All right, let's move right along. Topic number 3. So, Kash Patel is trying to sue his way out of a hangover. The unqualified FBI director is suing The Atlantic for $250 million with a typo-ridden legal complaint to cover up his heavy drinking. Though the magazine is standing by its reporting and vows to fight the meritless lawsuit. All of this is happening while Congress demands he takes a clinical alcohol test because he was filmed chugging beers in an Olympic locker room. Seriously, this is what happens when blind allegiance is the only requirement for power. The government turns into a taxpayer-funded VIP club for unqualified loyalists, and the office loses all of its gravity. Just look at the rest of the current roster of chaos. You got Pete Hegseth. Trump handed the Pentagon to a former morning TV host with 0 executive qualifications. Now Hegseth is dodging severe allegations of sexual assault, financial mismanagement, and extreme alcohol abuse, all while hosting a Pentagon prayer service where he literally quoted the movie Pulp Fiction, thinking it was a Bible verse. Then you have Julia Vivaro, a 29-year-old top counterterrorism official at the DHS, was put on leave after her sugar daddy ex exposed he dropped $40,000 funding her lifestyle through the sugar baby site Seeking.com, complete with allegations she abused her TSA clearance and used recreational drugs. Now you have Kristi Noem, fired as DHS secretary after defending federal agents who gunned down U.S. citizens. It probably didn't help that she was dealing with an alleged taxpayer-funded affair with her aide while her bimbo-loving husband was caught in a blackmail scandal over compromising photographs he shared with online sex workers. Whew. Pam Bondi, fired as Attorney General. She weaponized the Justice Department to target political enemies and pushed out veteran lawyers, but got booted out because even her blind loyalty just wasn't enough for Trump. And last but not least, you have RFK Jr. His CDC is actively suppressing a scientific report proving that the COVID-19 vaccine cut emergency room visits and hospitalizations in half this past winter, burying the data to protect his dangerous anti-vax agenda. There are 2 sides to this. Critics warn that replacing real experts with unqualified cronies is a massive threat to our national security, and it ruins these agencies. But the administration defenders argue these disruptors are doing exactly what they were hired to do. You tear down the deep state and deliver tactical wins, like the FBI's Operation Summer Heat, which they credit for a nearly 20% drop in national violent crime rate. My take, you cannot run the United States government like a reality TV show for yes men. Yes, the street level agents are still doing the hard work to catch the bad guys, but the leadership has lost all dignity. And once the job becomes proving loyalty to Trump, the office stops serving the country and starts serving one man's ego. When you prioritize blind allegiance over basic competence, the American people pay the price in chaos, hidden data, and embarrassing scandals. Lenny and Arsen, conservatives constantly complain about DEI ruins institutions. So how is putting blind loyalty over merit any different? Isn't this just MAGA DEI? Let's start with Lenny. Lenny, what's up, brother?
I would just like to say, as a lot of you like to say, God don't like ugly. And so he made you read that monologue like a Far Rock student the way you are because you're being real ugly about the things you're saying. Second of all, you want to talk about blind loyalty.
Yes.
I don't know any administration any past administration, I'm sorry, who did not have blind loyalists. You talk as if you're supposed to get somebody that's not on your side. You're supposed to get someone that's not on your side. So all of a sudden, you're supposed to hire people that disagree with you on everything. There's got to be debate. But what you're saying is, oh, well, there's no type of pushback or anything in the administration. You don't hire people that go against your administration. You need people of like minds to progress an agenda. So on the surface level, that doesn't make any sense because why would I hire somebody? I'm building a team and I'm hiring somebody that's going to be opposed to everything I'm doing. It makes no sense. Now let's go to the point. Let's go to the point of Kash Patel.
No, can I answer that one first?
Sure.
So yes, you do want to build your administration with people who want to carry out your agenda.
They are loyalists.
Excuse me?
They are loyalists.
Yes, but at the same time, if your agenda is going against lawful practices, then that is blind loyalty.
But that's your opinion to say that.
So weaponizing the Justice Department to target political enemies.
So when the Justice Department weaponized against not Catholic, but Christian groups that were against the whole DEI stuff and whatever, when they were going into churches and stuff, did you have a problem then during the Biden administration? Of course not. Let's move
when
on.
Biden went after Trump and trying to convict him as a felon. Did you have a problem with that?
He doesn't have a problem that anybody on the other side
I did
does.
have a problem with that.
You know, he doesn't. You know why? Because he's never
how you
mentioned
telling me? I just said I did.
You don't, because you never mention it. And that's why. You have a heavy monologue.
We didn't have the show at the
complaining
time
about
yet.
shit that you don't know about. You're talking about Pete Hegseth. Yes, he was unscrupulous and fucking hoes off his bit. Like he was married. All
Allegedly.
That. But that doesn't, okay. No. They proved it.
Yeah.
They proved it, but again, he's moved on and he's remarried and he's whatever. So him doing that, okay, whatever. He was messing with some chicks. He's not just some guy that was on TV. How dare you? He was on TV. He did have a book. He did have all this other shit, but you forget that he was in the military. He does have some type of backing, and he asked him to do it. And not to mention,
so that makes him qualified to run the Pentagon.
Most people who start these jobs, head of states, or not head of states, but Secretary of State, or John Kerry, should he have been the one that was doing international negotiations? Do you think that him being a senator automatically made him qualified for it? No. But someone like Condoleezza Rice would be like, oh, maybe she should be that one. Someone like Colin Powell, maybe he should be the Secretary of Defense at the time. You can go, or you could play some people, but not everybody is going to be qualified. You learn the job. But you can't tell me that Pete Hegseth as the Department of War head hasn't been a good thing for them, especially for enrollments.
What? Do you see what's happening in Venezuela, in Iran?
You had to acknowledge.
What?
What are you talking about?
What? Are you serious? He's the worst person to run the Pentagon right now.
Why? Tell me why.
Okay, let's start with Iran. Let's start with Venezuela.
What about Iran? What about Iran?
Do you agree with what's going on in Iran right now? Do you agree that we should be in this war right now?
I
do. You agree?
I do. And you know what? It's time to stop playing around, take the oil, and shut the fuck up. This is time for everybody to shut up. Just what I kept telling you. Everybody keeps kicking. No. Everybody keeps kicking the can down the road. And now you got yup in. When Biden was there, Bush, Obama, everybody said the same thing. Clinton, from way back. Since
moving the goalpost.
No, I'm not moving the goalpost. All I'm telling you is
let's focus on what we're talking about right now.
All I'm saying is everybody's had something to say. Now you get somebody that says it and is
you do like to reminisce.
No. Anyway, all I'm saying is just because it's Trump, you got a problem. But if it wasn't Trump, you'd be all down for it. Kamala Harris said Iran was a problem. If she went and did any action, you'd be for it. All for it.
No. Lenny, are you going to let me talk?
Go ahead.
Okay. One, you keep referring to history. We're talking about Trump right now. I already told you that I did not agree with the Justice Department going after Trump for all that stupid realty stuff in New York. I feel like that was weaponizing the Justice Department. So that I disagree with you on. And you voted for Trump, who was against wars.
Forever wars.
Yeah, forever wars. So now, no.
Well, you can stop when it's been 6 weeks.
No. Not against forever wars, against going to war.
Specifically in the Middle East.
Yes.
Until,
he is doing the exact opposite of what you voted for.
He's not doing it. Listen, we knew Iran when they spoke about Iran.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When they spoke about Iran and it was said they could never have a nuclear weapon, did you take that to be, well, we're not going to do anything about it? Okay. If you say I'm going to do something about it, you're going to do it, right?
So if the attack that happened in the summertime, when they dismantle their whole nuclear program, if you stopped at that, even though I didn't disagree with that, now you would have a leg to stand on. Okay. What the fuck are we doing now?
Yeah, but they're the ones who came out and said we still have enough uranium to make 11 weapons.
It's buried under minds.
They're trying to get it. They have satellite imagery of them trying to get it.
We are on topic. This guy is fucking crazy.
So you want to go? Okay, so go with Kash Patel. Kash Patel, because he's taking 2 freaking beers in a fucking locker room with the team after they won. That's a problem. That's why they're getting sued.
No, actually, Lenny, they have.
He has a history from back in the day. That's what you're going with because he's a drunk at work
on duty.
Lenny, they have more than 15 actual sources for his alcohol abuse right now.
Anonymous sources? Sure.
Yeah, because they don't want to be kicked out of the administration.
We believe it. That's true journalism.
So you know what? And you know what? They're sticking by it because $250 million is going to tank any news publication right now. So the fact that they're sticking on that and they're not backing down, you don't think there's a little bit of truth there?
They also launched an investigation into the journalist.
They're going to back down. I guarantee you. So go into discovery, let it go forward, go into discovery and see what happens.
Okay, so let's say it goes into discovery and they have credible information. Now what? It
can't just be credible information. It has to be proven in court, right?
Let's say it's proven. Is Kash Patel still qualified to run the FBI?
As a drunk? No. But come on. Right now you're having allegations. You called him a drunk already and you have no proof.
Bro, look at his behavior. Like, just it's
his
so erratic. Okay, look it up.
Public persona, what public display have you seen that you seen was like, oh, this guy's drunk? Where?
At the
you didn't see it.
The celebration in the locker room. That is not behavior for the head of the FBI. He's not on the job.
He went to the game.
That is not behavior for the head of the FBI, Lenny.
All right,
come on.
All right.
Do you want to see your boss in a locker room chugging beers and then walking into work on Monday like, hey, I want to see these reports.
Okay, so everybody, there's no more happy hour for you. Don't go to drink after work. Don't do anything. Don't go to any special events. Don't go to concerts. Don't go to games. Don't drink. Make sure you're not on camera because the next day when you go to work, you're going to be held responsible. What a bunch of bullshit. Bullshit.
I think it's all good. I think all of this is good. Every one you read about Hexeth and Kristi Noem and everything, because what I think is happening right now is all these elected officials act like this as it is, and this administration is like, yeah, like we in here, like we're gonna act like this in the public in front of everybody.
You know what?
They're all getting busted. All these congressional people are having to resign because they've had a sex slush fund after harassing their staffers, and our taxpayer money's paying for it. This dude is supposed to run for governor in California. He's got videos of a prostitute and some other good dude in the room. They're on the Epstein Island. You know what? Let it all air out. Let everybody make their.
But see, the difference with that is they leave public office.
Well, Noem left. What's her face? Pam Bondi is gone.
I don't want the head of the FBI, who clearly seems like he has a drinking problem. I don't want that to be the head of the FBI.
Yeah, they're not disclosing files and not releasing any information. You think Trump is going to have competent cabinet official?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Lenny, do you feel that Trump has competent administration leaders right now?
I think the people can do their jobs. I think some people aren't perfect, right? And what we're talking about is no. All I'm saying to you is
everybody deserves a second chance.
You're trying to judge somebody off of a video that you saw with them celebrating an Olympic win.
I'm actually judging him off of the Atlantic article.
Then you're highly mistaken. And if you want to take that and go, well, the rest of the administration must suck because this keeps happening, that happens, like, what are we talking about?
Lenny, I just broke it down. All the people I listed have really bad allegations and things that are going on in their life. They either had to step down, got fired, or in the process of being investigated. Like, that is not a good sign that, hey, you know what? This guy knows how to pick talent.
Maybe it's time to take Polar.
Let's listen. So you want to go with Kristi Noem. Let's talk about Kristi Noem. What exactly is the problem besides her marital affairs, right? Because
that's a start. What do you mean? What's the problem?
Yeah, but that shows you mean to tell me nobody in the history of the administration, of any administration, this has happened with. They have things happen within their families.
Yes, and then they get impeached.
Secrets.
And then
they haven't. Who?
Fucking Clinton.
With how she handled the Epstein list.
Clinton got impeached. So, listen, if there was anything as blatant as Clinton did, there's nothing ever been like that. So yeah, he deserved to be impeached. But come on, son, nothing else. There's nothing else.
Moving the goalpost. You say, give me an example. I give you an example. Oh, but what do you mean?
No, but you're talking about literally someone fucking up and doing something inside the Oval Office. This is something that's happened outside of work. Everything with Kristi Noem is
not outside of work. They're using taxpayer dollars for their
at a game in a locker room. How could you hold that against them? So, like, again, nobody should ever drink at an event or nothing. Nothing should happen because you are going to find them liable for being an asshole. Well, you're on the job. You can't drink, but you can't celebrate either. Like, seriously, that's ridiculous.
He was supposed to be there to have some delegation with Italy.
And he was at the game. So
yes.
can't drink at the game?
Using taxpayer dollars to fly to both of these places to go drink and celebrate. You're not there to do that.
Let's be real here. You're not concerned about. You're not concerned about.
With Italy.
You are not concerned about the
home.
taxpayer dollar. Let's be fucking real here. Because when everybody goes back and forth in their travel, everybody in that administration, you don't have a problem with it. Let's not fucking put him. Oh, he went over to the Olympics and he's paying tax dollars and now he's drinking. Okay. They're all doing it. They have slush funds for drinking, period. And then talk to Congress, who's got a budget for all this shit. Like, you're barking up the wrong tree.
So now answer for this one. RFK Jr., he is trying to actively suppress a scientific report that has proven that the COVID-19 vaccine lowered hospitalizations by 50% this past winter. Because he knows if that comes out, it goes against everything they've been saying about the COVID-19 vaccine.
I mean, I don't even think that is one of the stories that, like, they've suppressed so many different stories about herd immunization and all this other shit. So I don't know. But listen, you're talking about the report. Have you seen the report? No one's seen the report. How do we know that it's all true? We don't know that.
Yo, you are brainwashed, my guy.
No, I'm not. Again, anything that's against Trump, you're for it. But
this is a scientific report that's been done by his own CDC.
You mean scientists don't disagree?
It's his own CDC.
My dick. It's not the. It's no.
Yes.
They're having reports. They're different reports. What I'm saying is, what's the reason for pulling it back? Tell me, what's the reason for pulling it back?
He doesn't want it out because then it goes against everything he's been saying.
What was his comments on it?
What is his comments on it? Lenny,
tell me what is the comment?
Do we have callers ready? Do we have callers ready? Because like this is crazy.
Can I get one of?
Yeah, you're sweating because you're getting cooked right now.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. It's just fucking hot here.
Oh yeah, it's hot now. It wasn't hot the past two topics that we were talking. Take a walk, Lenny. Yo, Chris, what's good, brother?
What's up, man?
Talk sense into this motherfucker right here.
Man, I'm not the biggest fan of Kash Patel. You know, I think he looks like a stunt double from Bug's Life. You know, every time he's on TV, he looks like he just sharded himself and he doesn't want anybody to know. Like, it's pretty crazy.
No, those buggy eyes is a little crazy, yeah.
But I mean, I think he's qualified to run the FBI. Do I think
we agree there?
Do I think he's doing a good job? No, not at all. You know what I mean? Like, the people who are qualified, you know, like, look at Joe Kent, the former head of counterterrorism.
Yep.
You know, he was Army Ranger, Green Beret, and then 11 combat tours. He served in a unit that's actually more secretive than Delta Force. It's called the ISA. You know, he's done his part. And then he spoke up against the war in Iran, you know, and now the FBI is investigating him.
Yep.
And,
would you rather Kent lead the FBI or some other agency?
I think Joe Kent, being somebody who worked in a place that did human intelligence, counterintelligence, you know, and psyops, sort of shit like that, I think he would do best staying in that field. Counterterrorism, you know, defense, stuff like that.
That's a perfect example. If you don't have blind loyalty to Trump, you're out. That is not a way we should have the heads of these institutions operate.
Yeah, but you were talking about Kent, and Kent was the one who had some loyalty to Trump, right? So until he did.
Until he spoke out.
No,
but here's the thing.
This is until he didn't. So
Patel campaigned on not being loyal to anybody and just following the letter of the law, you know, and that's how he won his support and garnered, you know, all this following. But then now that he actually is in that position, he's just getting the shit beat out of him by everybody.
Right.
You know, like anything that Trump wants him to do, he's going to do. He's keeping that spot, and that's why they're going to keep him there.
And maybe he's a little stressed, and that's why, you know, taking the edge off.
Well,
you know,
you think he's compromised at all?
Absolutely.
Kash.
Yeah, his girlfriend's literally from Israel.
Yo,
Shabbat shalom.
It's the second time y'all go to that bag. You gotta chill for a little bit.
I'm not trying to get us demonetized. My bad. You said what?
Bro, what are you doing, Al?
What am I doing?
No, Al.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, because it's like when people throw that out there, unless you give a little bit of context, it can sometimes come off a little anti-Semitic.
I thought it was okay. He didn't say anything.
It was nice. He's compromised because his girl is from Israel.
I'll say it like this. I'll say it like this. I don't like if if you got somebody who's in a high position of power, you know what I mean? Like for me to be just a regular citizen and marry somebody from another country, you got to go through.
But
You got to go through a background. You got to like for example, when my mom got her citizenship, her and her partner at the time, they had to go through an interview process, see if they, hey, are they right or left-handed? What side of the bed do they lay on? You know, how do they like their coffee? All these things that to know this isn't a lie. You're not doing like a little contract marriage.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that for higher ups. You know, if I'm in the military, when it touching the drinking topic, I got to take random breathalyzer tests, piss tests, all this other shit to keep my job because I'm associated with the government.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Once you hit a certain level, man, to give you an example, I was at there's a defense contracting meet that was here in San Diego. And it's sort of like, you have to get invited to it and you go and it's all these companies, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, a million others you guys have never heard of. And they're all showing like, I'll probably send Arsen some pictures, like the drones they're using in Ukraine. Hey, these are the updated ones. This is what our company's doing. These are these UAVs we developed and a whole crazy space age weaponry, all this other stuff. Afterwards, they rent out Petco Park. And I'm standing in line. I sort of finessed the chick at the front to get the little VIP bracelet.
Yeah.
And I'm standing, and it was all free drinks, free everything. And I'm standing there and I'm like, hey, man, you look familiar. And he's like, yeah, I'm in charge of the 3rd MEF, which is like the 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force. High up general in the Pentagon, everything. These dudes are drinking, they're fucking partying, they got chicks, they got everything. Once you hit that certain level, them going after Kash Patel for drinking, I guarantee you all of them are fucking doing the exact same debauchery he is. He probably just spoke up a little bit and they want to put him back in his place.
I get what you're saying, but the fact that they have so many sources that are talking about this in the Atlantic article and the fact that they're standing on business, I think maybe his drinking is getting a little bit out of control.
Agree. I think we might see it when they have that UFC fight at the White House for sure too.
But I think after this article, he's going to be on best behavior. Like, I don't think he picks up a drink for a while.
But hold on. You don't think he's going to pick up a drink for a while, but he also opened that lawsuit against the Atlantic immediately. So there's give him some love on that, because he clearly thinks that they're full of shit. He thinks the story and the sources are full of shit. So again, like he said, everybody's drinking or at some capacity. They're going nuts. But for him to be singled out like this and to be saying he's doing it on the job, it's ridiculous.
But if he didn't do that,
I'm glad he sued them, and I hope it goes through.
But if he didn't do that countersuit, then he looks even more guilty. He had to.
Yeah, but my thing is, if there's something there, usually people take a little time out. Oh, this story came out. It's out there. No, he immediately sued them because it's like, yo, this is bullshit. This is horseshit.
That's the Trump playbook, man. You just deny.
Yeah.
He's also an attorney, so there is that. He does know that.
Yeah, and also the Atlantic shouldn't really be head of the morality police. The lady who runs it is Steve Jobs' wife, who used to hang out with Ghislaine Maxwell on the beach. A bunch of pictures of them together. So, Atlantic going after somebody for morals and ethics is
funny.
A little squirrely too.
It's funny. And Atlantic is not the point of proof or the point of truth to be reading. They're very questionable.
Oh, fake news.
Man,
I didn't say anything about fake news. I just wouldn't pick up their paper, pick up their shit to read.
I mean, but bringing it back to Kash, like I had lunch the other day with 2 recently former FBI agents, retired. So one worked gang crimes. He was I'm not going to say his name or the cases that he worked, but he was an undercover hitman for the FBI for 10 fucking years.
Wow.
And the other dude, he worked undercover.
A lot of info, by the way.
Yeah, that shit is fine.
Oh no, he's retired, but I'm not putting any names or cases out there. The other dude, he also did undercover work. He worked a lot of narcotics, a lot of international stuff, and pretty much every little place that he could. 2 special agents, one of them was prior Marine, gave their whole life to the FBI, and they said they would absolutely, if it was today's world, not apply for the FBI at all.
Oh, wow.
Because of Kash?
Because of Kash. And not just Kash, but there's also somebody below him that they mentioned by name that they're fucking up all these FBI agents, and pretty much not just Kash, but everyone beneath him in the FBI too. If you're not going to play ball the way they want you to play ball, if you start speaking up, you have an opinion, like, hey, that's not right, you're out.
Oh yeah.
They'll become a
I think that article also had an allegation that Kash is making FBI agents take what are those tests where they check if you're lying or not?
Polygraph.
Polygraph tests to see if and asking them if they've ever spoken disparagingly about Trump or Cash.
Whoa.
So
I think that's in the article.
yeah, that would be crazy if they did, because they're only supposed to.
That's a Mickey Mouse
So,
operation.
yo, that's a really good thing, because that kind of goes back to how we started this whole thing off, because it's like, it's either blind loyalty, or the people like, say, Lenny, for example, you want to drain the swamp, and they feel that like these bureaucratic agencies have a way that they've been going about things, and they want to get these people out of there that is like the status quo type of individuals. So of course it's going to ruffle some feathers, and some people might be against what he's doing because they don't like the feathers being ruffled. But that's what I would say Trump is probably saying, hey, this is the reason why I brought a person like Patel in to change this thing. What would you say to people like that?
Is that for me?
No, that was for Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
I don't know. I think sort of zoning out on the last part of the question. My bad, but
Like, like Trump says, Trump said one of his goals was to drain the swamp, and so it seems like Kash Patel is potentially doing that. If he's coming into the FBI, ruffling feathers and getting people out of there that aren't about our mission, then maybe he is draining the swamp. What would you say?
I don't think that's true, because the people that I know that took a few of those jobs, I had one dude who actually, and he was making good money, because they make decent money, and he got on a couple special teams, and he was, this dude's son of a pastor. He just really wanted to help people, and he joined, and then he was like, this is not what I thought it was. He was like, this is so political. He goes, I'm not helping people. It's just, he damn near broke his heart. He actually quit and joined the Marine Corps again, making way less money. But he feels like he's making a difference doing that, So
and then for Lenny, what do you say to that? The fact that you have Kash Patel being in there, and now so many FBI agents are discouraged and they don't like him and his leadership.
I mean, if that's a true story, maybe there's an issue there, but I don't know if that's true or not. That's something I haven't looked into myself. But if there's an issue, and maybe that there's a issue with the top of the line, that's fucks with the FBI morale. But
if it comes up, if you guys talk about this topic again, I can try and get one of those dudes on.
Yeah.
Oh, we would love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that. Yeah.
I got some cool people to bring on.
Chris, we appreciate you for calling it again. This was awesome, man. Thank you so much for your insight, man.
No worries.
Peace, Chris.
Peace. All right. Who do we got next? Do we have anybody next, or are we moving on to off script? Because I do want to talk about this.
Whoa.
Wow.
They just snuck up on us.
Yeah, that
was good.
Who is crazy entrance?
Who is that lady behind you?
That's Melania.
Oh, shit.
I can't make it out.
It's
That's
Trump Oz
Melania.
and Melania. It's Trump Oz and
Oh.
it's not you guys are cropping the photo, but it's just it literally says that looks like the face of someone of this being staged, basically, like because everyone's looking like in scared, and Trump's like smiling, still looking at the joke that Oz did. So
I think they didn't know for a little while. It looked like the people on the stands, on the tables, kind of reacted first.
And did you want to speak on the Kash Patel, or you want to talk about the yesterday's situation?
Oh, I was going to talk about Kash, but I could also do off
okay.
script.
No,
I had another like more economic question for you guys, but
okay, let's go.
I don't know. What do you guys want to do? I mean,
no.
I think
let's
Kash.
talk about Kash, and then we'll move on to
So
White House
Kash, I think Kash, it's you just don't. It's just not the problem with this whole administration is not whether they're competent or not. Personally, I don't think they are. But I think the issue is that you're just allowing doubt to be put around by doing these antics, right? Like, I don't care if he's drinking at home or if he's drinking at work or something, but like clearly my man like needs to calm down. Like he needs to take it easy, and if he's wiling out, like he took the plane under the government's name and whatever when he had like tweets like years ago saying like, you shouldn't be taking government planes unless it's for work business. But he took that plane to go to that Olympic event. I mean, he might have been off duty, he might have been off time, he might have done whatever, but at the same time, it's like, why do you want to have this out there? Like, you're going to cause doubt of people are going to be like, well, if you're doing it here, where else are you doing it? Like, why do you need any of this level of like Like especially if Trump, like that's the thing I don't understand with any of these people is that like if you really believe in Trump, you believe what he's doing, you believe what you are doing, then do it, and that should be the only focus. Why are you adding any of this other stuff that muddies the water, that allows people to be triggered and do whatever? Like then you're just doing it to like piss people off, which is that what you really are about? And then you go back to that question you're saying, like, are you really a patriot? Do you really care about America, or are you just doing this so you can have a good time and have fun and put your finger in other people's faces? And I think that's the thing that is just, it's just frustrating because it's like, you go back to what Trump was saying when he ran on everything. Like you want all that stuff to happen, right? You want to bring down inflation. You want no wars. You want drain the swamp. You want everything that he said
You
on
want
paper.
America
If you
first.
didn't know who Trump was, you want to say, yeah, you want to be America first, 100%. But then everything they're doing afterwards is just muddying the waters, goofing out. Like the whole thing was like Trump was saying like, oh, we want the ballroom because of it's not safe because of this gun shooter and all this other nonsense. But then the thing that ends up happening is that like supposedly like there's a tweet that went out to a group chat of all these like Twitter people to say like, oh, this is why you need a ballroom. And that happened before Trump even made his comments about stuff. So it's like clearly there's like messaging, people are trying to get around it, but it's like it's just messy. It's like it's not focused on like what's the situation. Like there shouldn't be any violence, there shouldn't be any of this chaos. But then people are just twisting stuff to like, get their piece and like get their shot up,
Mm.
and it's just goofy. I just don't understand. Like it doesn't have to be like this. Like this is like we should be taking with more importance, like what's happening politically, right? Like people's lives are at stake, and I just don't get why this has to be like get on a podcast and talk that shit. That's fine. Like
I got it. I got it
why
again.
not?
I think instead of MAGA, we should do like Maowa, like make America okay again. Like I think Great was shooting aiming a little too high. Like just go back to the 90s. It was okay. Make America okay again.
According to Lenny, America is good. It's,
I mean,
Dow's
there's
at
problems all over,
500.
but there's problems all over. It's not a perfect
No,
society.
I agree. There's problems on the right, there's problems on the left, right? Like it's the two-party dichotomy is I think one of the biggest issues. How do you fix all that and change that? There has to be a lot of changes. But I think I agree it's both sides, but clearly, I mean, this whole thing, I think it was like oh man, it was like the Republican Liberty Party or something like that.
Is it
There
both
was a
sides
group.
though? People
Uh,
people throw that
uh,
out and they say it's both sides. And I'm not saying that one side is uh like perfect, but I'm just saying I don't recall this amount of people in the Biden administration having this many allegations, this many like controversies surrounding them. Like
No,
I
no,
just
yeah,
don't
you're right.
recall that.
They're not in your face as much, and they are getting more. They're vetting their people way more.
Yeah.
Of
What
like, there's
happened to
still
vetting?
incompetence. There's still incompetence, right? Like, there's
Yeah,
still
100%.
poor stuff, but they are doing a better job of like,
I mean,
hey,
you
people
talk
are
about
media
the
trained,
vetting.
people are whatever. So
Right, you guys talk about the vetting process as if none of these people were sat in front of the Senate House or the Senate committee where they kind of hear them out, they ask them questions, and they still voted for these people. So
and
let's not
barely.
talk about
But no,
what
but
I mean, it's
so
still
that's a
there's
good
still a
point, right?
vote.
That's a good point. So like the people will come in front of those committees and they'll get eviscerated. Like, have you ever seen some of those clips? They get like
Absolutely.
absolutely demolished. But that never stops anyone because even though that's like the whole thing, because they're all voting their people in, they're like, we're gonna take you out here, we're gonna give you a couple licks, and then you'll get in. But this is just like it's like the hazing. It's like what happens at frats. Like, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
no,
come
you're
through,
right.
you
You're
get
right.
through it, and I think that's the foolishness of it, right? Like there should be like it shouldn't just be like a check mark. There should be like levels to it where it's like, hey, there's a level where this is unacceptable, right? Like you're talking about like the whole thing with RFK and that article going out. Like, dude, like you should be the bearer of truth. Like if you're this is what science is all about. This is
Yep.
what medicine, this is what whatever is all about. Like if you want to be proven wrong. You don't want to be proven right. You want to be proven wrong. Because if you're proven wrong, you get to move forward to truth and go in the right direction. That's what anyone who's about that science life, that's the scientific method. But like him like trying to like go around the stuff is goofy, but that's the worms in his head. So I mean,
And just for
whatever.
some context, uh, Kash Patel's confirmation was a 51-49 vote. Previous FBI directors, Christopher Wray, 92
Ray.
to 5. Whatever, 92 to 5. James Comey, 93 to 1. Robert Mueller, 100 to 0. Louis Fresh, unanimous. Like That's what usually a confirmation vote
Right.
is. But when you have somebody that was a 51-49 vote that needed the vice president to break the tie,
Yeah,
don't
for
you
sure,
think
for
there's
sure.
a
Yeah,
little
but-
bit something
sure.
wrong with
But
that?
you don't think that speaks to the current climate where we're not voting for any of Trump's people, period. If you're against Trump, you're against Trump, and that's what people do. This is what
Lenny, I'd say
this is what our current politics are. We don't like Trump, so we're going to do any and everything to block anything that he wants to do. And if we're going to have someone make a decision on it, yeah, we got to bring in JD Vance because he's the deciding factor. Like, it shouldn't work that way.
no. Well, yes.
Because before,
No, you're right. You're right about the process.
This is not Kash Patel's first time in government. People knew who he was. So now all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I'm putting this guy up. You don't, and no one really knows anybody until they're in front of the camera. So it's not like, but these people do. And for them to go, well, you know what? Trump put him up there. He worked as a lawyer. He was doing this. He's doing that. All of a sudden, he's a bad guy. He's a drunk. We're not voting for him. No,
or maybe
that's the current environment we're in.
Well, no, the fact that you go.
No, the thing I was gonna say though was that out of like everyone in the nation, right? Like, is Kash the best person for the job? Like, you should have the best person for the job. And Kash is not the best person for the job. You can say that with certainty, right? Like, there's other people who have had experience that have other things going on. Like, you think, like, so, like, Trump is pulling people that are loyal to him. That's what happened in his whole first administration. How many people did he get rid of because they were, like, good, but then or whatever, they were competent, you could say, or whatever happened. But then they went against him. And how many of his old people now, after the fact, are against him as well, right? So he clearly was, if you look at the metrics, like, if it's a combine, like, he was like, yo, my guy's running a 4.640, but he's still down for the cause or whatever. So like they put him ahead. Like, that's still slow for a wide receiver. So I think the thing that's going to happen is that, like, I just don't think Kash was the best person for the job. And like, could have Trump found somebody else that was more like low key about stuff? Like, I don't know. And this brings the whole thing about Epstein files and all this other stuff, right? Like, all this stuff is low key. Like, the people who are really getting away with stuff are low key and like.
But
whatever,
listen, at least from what I like, Pam Bondi gets dismissed. I didn't think that she was a good candidate from the beginning. She's always on TV. She's always doing shit. I didn't think she was great at the beginning, but at least I know I can say that. You folks you won't, nothing that he does is going to be good for you, honestly.
Because he ain't a doctor.
There's nobody
he ain't a doctor, and he ain't he ain't an engineer. He's a brown dude. As us brown people gonna be talking about our people. He ain't a doctor, and he ain't.
That's
so
true.
I can talk about
he's a lawyer.
Lenny, I do agree with you. I do agree with you. Like, I think a lot of the conversation we're having right now is in like hindsight of what's been going on, and that's kind of, I think, the point of the segment. But I think at the time of the nominations and everything, he was anti-deep state. He wrote a book about deep state, so it went with the theme of like, hey, we're gonna come in there, drain the swamp and everything. So I do think a lot of the resistance was similar to like, okay, he's associated with Trump, we're gonna like vote against him. But I think there was also a little bit of a fear of like, this guy saying on day one, if he becomes FBI director, he's gonna close down the FBI headquarters. And I think there was like a lot of pushback with that, which I think is what a lot of people voted.
But you got to put it into context. You got to put it into context of why he said that, right? Because there was a shit ton of FBI agents in DC and not allocated to the field offices throughout the country as they should be, which is why I said we have more of a bureaucracy in here, just a bunch of people sitting at desks instead of being agents.
But I'm agreeing with you. That's why I'm saying, like, that's why he got that kind of a split vote, because he was coming in as like a disruptor. But then I personally think that here we go,
compromised.
And now he's just like turning the line, like that whole interview, like, oh, Epstein killed himself, or they look like hostages, nothing's getting released, he campaigned on the Epstein files, all these different things. I think, and I also think Trump is scared too. I think we were arguing about our government that's not really our government anymore.
Yeah.
You might
the one
be
thing
right
I was gonna the one thing I was gonna say with all of this, though, going to like, I don't know, transition, I guess, if you want, but the thing I was gonna say was, I do wonder like how much of this, like, going back to, what is it called, like when they talk about Doge and, like, removing the amount of money, and then you find out like you can't remove people's budgets because people need their budgets to do stuff. So you can't really reduce, or at least, the idea was like, or that's why a lot of senators and all these people in these committees were pushing back and, whatever, right? And I do wonder, like, a lot of this stuff, especially like a lot of Trump's people and other people who are involved, like, are part of that like consumption economy that we want. Like, they are looking like, hey, if I can't, like, it's hard to do the right thing and it's hard to get things done. So what's the easy thing is, hey, let me like go talk something. Let's get like people, the influence is like just getting people talking or saying something. And I just wonder if like, our economy or, especially our economy, but like everything that we're doing is just based on consumption. Like they're just like, hey, people are consuming this, they're talking about this, they're saying this. That's where they feel like they get control. Like they feel like he can go do some wild stunt, and then people will be like, oh, they'll be talking about that instead of anything else.
Mm.
Also
And then
like a money grab, the whole administration.
Yep.
yeah,
All
oh
this
yeah, I mean, like
insider
if you look at
betting before all this
yeah, if you look at all
announcements.
the Trump's family, how much money they've all made since he's gone in is insane. It's like billions. So it's just, and I just wonder, like, I wonder how do we change our culture and our economy so it's not worried about like what are we consuming or how much or what kind of stuff. Like if we can like change that to be a little bit more like, there's quality matters, and we don't just get people out there just to do stuff. We don't just, have like even like going back to the Drake thing, right? Like we don't have these stunts. Like if Drake is Drake and Drake is everything, like he should be able to do stuff without these kinds of stunts. And like why is everyone doing stunts and getting things moving around? It's just crazy. And I wonder like why that's the case, and
You got to
how do we kind
expose
of
everybody.
navigate that?
Yep.
You
Yeah.
gotta,
Yeah.
Sunshine's the best antiseptic. Do you agree with that as a medical professional?
I mean, it's one of those, yeah, whatever. It's just, but like, yeah, it goes back to the same fact, like, like, I mean, I don't know. It's just weird because, like, I wonder, like, even people have talked about, like, they worry about, like, taxes and financial stuff from that regards. And it's also like, hey, like, is there something that instead of, like, an income tax, there's, like, a consumption tax, and that's maybe more progressive that, like, people with yachts or other stuff get taxed more, and people with like groceries, other
Yeah.
stuff isn't as taxed as much. And if that
Yeah.
changes the metrics of like what are we doing, what are we going after, what are we like really like, oh, I got the nicest car, the nicest TV, the nicest place, but like, hey, maybe that just gets taxed more, and if you get it, great.
You got to run
But
for office.
I
maybe
like that big Zoe Mondani in New York City. He's doing
hey,
it. That's a
hey,
start
I
right
mean,
there.
like that's like a crazy thing as well, right? Like everyone got upset about his stuff, but like it's just like some of these billionaires, they like on like Twitter or whatever, they'll be like like melting down, and it's like, dude, this is not hurting you as much as if like
Yep.
someone got like a 50K medical bill for like breaking their arm. Like this is like like you guys are stressing about stuff that like it really isn't like it is a lot of money, like on paper, factually, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of whatever, but like it's not hurting you, it's not affecting your day to day, you're not even living there. Like
I
what's
know.
I just
Crazy.
don't
Yeah,
get
but
Because they
this
don't want
big
to get
the,
in.
outrage
the
stuff.
argument, but see, again, and I'm not advocating for rich motherfuckers. I'm just saying, when you make them out into a villain, which is what they're doing. Oh, you have a secondary penthouse. It's worth $235 million. You don't even live here. So what? It's my property, and I have it there. It's for me. I'm the one who's generating a whole bunch of jobs, giving people in this town health insurance, a paycheck, all sorts of shit. You haven't done anything but take. So when you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna tax the rich, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Well, you're not helping the situation, because I'll take my shit and go somewhere into an environment
You're not
that
going
no one
nowhere,
can go
Lenny.
to.
New
Yeah,
York
well,
City is the best
you're
city in the
not, Lenny,
world.
you're
They
not
ain't going
wrong.
nowhere.
Lenny, you're actually like
I'm
right,
not
right?
wrong.
Like no, I'm just saying is that I'm saying is that like you're right in that like they shouldn't be like name drop. Like, is it necessary to name drop? No, right? But like if he could say like he did this stuff, like it's not a bad proposal. Like if of if you're not even living there, like what's the point of keeping that around that gives you tax loopholes and benefits, right? Like we need to so how do you like get around that? And again, like this whole like posturing to be like, hey, look at me, I'm doing something, and name drop, and like it does rub people the wrong way. And it's like, can we do stuff without that? Like that's where we should be going. We should do stuff
Listen,
for
you
It
principle of the
rubs
need
right
these
me. It
reasons.
rubs me
people.
the right way, Paul.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yo,
yeah, yeah,
Big
yeah.
Tage, Big Tage, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for sticking around,
Hey
man.
man.
Like today was a crazy episode, and yo, you're the GOAT. And like I told you, either next week or the week after, we're gonna have you come in studio. All right?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, gang,
definitely.
gang.
All right.
All right, man.
Peace.
So we are gonna move right along to off script. I wanted to, even though we've been long, fuck it, let's just talk the three of us
Super long, super long.
because yeah, the fucking shooting yesterday is crazy, and we got to talk a little bit about it.
Do
I
we?
already want
Do
Lenny to start coping.
oh, listen, we talked a lot about it. Can we get to my man Clay Travis? Not Clay Travis.
Uh,
Clay
Clay Thompson.
Thompson.
Okay.
He's doing his thing out here. He's doing his thing out here. Just don't get shot. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You know what's crazy? You say that he's doing his thing, but a lot of people are saying this is a generational. He dropped the bag. Like he lost Meg the Stallion.
Did he? Is she a generational talent?
I mean, she's very beautiful. She's talented. She got bread. Like
you sure?
Yeah. Yes.
Her stock is bigger than, let's say, like a Nicki or a Cardi?
I wouldn't say bigger, but it's still big. Like it's still like if you wanted to try to rank
we
her,
are talking
she
about
ranks high.
Klay Thompson here, right? Like he got his own bread. I don't think he's dependent on
know
her
what we're
at
talking
all.
about. Can somebody?
Oh, sorry. So, Arsen, Klay Thompson, basketball player, Meg the Stallion, singer.
Yeah.
They were in a relationship, I think not too long, maybe like 2-3 years or something like that. They looked like they were madly in love. Everybody was happy. The whole internet loves to see them out. Like Meg the Stallion was fucking cooking for his family for Thanksgiving, all this type of stuff. And then I think recently he got caught cheating, or Meg posted online that they broke up, and it's because of infidelity rumors. And so some people are saying, yo, Klay Thompson, how could you fumble Meg the Stallion? And people like Lenny is like, hey, he's doing his thing.
I mean, is he not a basketball player?
I mean, he's
like,
at the downturn of his career. I wouldn't say he's putting up numbers
I'm
like
just saying,
I mean, he's not, but what I'm saying, he's
it's the
paid.
profession of adulterers.
Oh,
Yes.
you're saying
He's a baller.
oh, so he's okay. Yeah. I don't know. To me, I don't really this story didn't really cross my radar that much. I know Lenny, you seem to want to talk about it, but
No, I don't. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Congratulations, Klay.
congratulations.
At least you didn't get shot this time.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But he could get shot. He still had a chance to get shot, right?
She didn't shoot him.
She didn't
You
shoot.
think-
She
You
didn't
think
shoot.
Meg shot Tory?
Somebody pulled the trigger. It wasn't
Oh
Tory.
my
Free Tory.
God. Yo, Lenny's really one of these fucking lizard people on the line, son. This is crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know these people really existed. You are really them.
I honestly don't care. That was just a joke. But Tory Lanez still says he's innocent, right?
Who shot Meg the Stallion?
I don't know.
What? There's 3 people there.
No, but Son said he still maintains his innocence, right? So
Who shot her? He
I don't
called.
know.
He called the other girl
matter of
from
fact, I heard
jail.
it was the 2 chicks fighting.
He called the other girl from jail. It was like, yo, I was bugging that night. Yo, I'm so sorry. Why would you be sorry for if you didn't shoot?
I'm sorry for the whole situation. Maybe that's what he was doing.
Lenny, come
It's
on,
like
son.
it was my.
No, but he
it
got
was-
convicted,
sorry.
right?
What? He got convicted, but
Yeah.
there's people, there's a big part of the internet,
Case
like Lenny,
closed.
that feels like he got
Yeah, but
wrongly convicted.
you can't be
Listen,
like,
I actually don't
Kash,
care.
like
I'm just throwing
allegedly,
it
we
out
don't
there.
know. We got to get the details. Innocent until proven guilty, and then he got proven guilty. Case closed.
All right, Tori, you did it. Sorry.
All right, there was one other thing we wanted to talk about. Fuck, what was it? We brought it up. Oh, you and your aliens. There you go.
What's up?
Yeah. Yo, Arsen has been wanting to talk about these motherfucking missing scientists for the longest. He brings it up every week. He's like, yo, we're going to talk about these scientists. And I'm like, there's no story here.
Yo, they just had I forgot what military branch he was in, but he spoke to Congress getting ready to be a UFO whistleblower.
Okay.
Overdosed randomly. There's the girl who I sent you some of the clips, who was studying anti-gravity, who was paranoid that she was being followed. She said her boyfriend seen it was like weird cars changing license plates. She was having like some damage on her hands.
That girl look off her fucking rock.
Yet she was like doing some of the top science with anti-gravity. Dude, former army general, just leaves his house with a gun, and his wife jokes around like, oh, maybe he got beamed up by aliens. Worked in Los Alamos. One of his co-workers on a hike goes missing. There's like, and I think it all coincides with the all this talk about disclosure. You got the documentary that came out. You got the movie now coming out with Steven.
Arsen. What does this mean, though? What does it mean?
Yes.
What's the end game here?
What I think is going on is they're going to do some kind of a bullshit fake disclosure, and they're eliminating people who might know the truth and might contradict whatever that story is.
What is the truth? What like?
I mean, how
are aliens
crazy do you
coming?
want me
Are
to
they coming
get?
to
Like,
attack us?
tighten this thing a little bit?
Yeah.
Should we get some guns? Will our guns even
well,
work?
obviously, we should all get some guns, but that's not even that has nothing to do with
Yo,
aliens.
you're gonna need guns
You ain't
this
beat no
summer.
aliens with no guns. But what I think, I think everything in the Bible and all this stuff and all this stuff with Epstein and all these elites and all these crazy ceremonies and stuff that they're doing, I think what the Bible is talking about, I don't think the aliens are demons. I think what people are called demons or called angels in the Bible were aliens that were misinterpreted. And I think potentially something big might be happening, and I think the government might try to do like a fake ass disclosure.
Yeah, but I'd like you to tell me, what does that look like? What should we expect?
I think they're gonna say like, "Yo, we got the Space Force right here. Like, this mothership is coming. Everybody, panic, cancel elections, martial law. We can't have citizens having guns. We're going in our bunkers.
For what reason?
AI is
To
gonna
what
take
end?
care of the aliens."
To what end, though? Like, what's the point of it? Why? What's the point?
Once AI and robotics hits a certain point, they don't need us anymore. The
Skynet.
Exactly. You agree? You're with me on
I
that?
agree with Skynet is real, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Oh, so that now you're on board. Like all of that. He's like,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Skynet is real. Skynet is real. It's happening slowly. Guys,
Yeah,
be
we might
careful.
already all be plugged in right now.
Be careful. Make sure you apologize and be courteous to your AIs, because when it comes time,
They're not going to kill
they'll kill you slow. They'll kill you fast. They won't kill you slow.
That's why you should have a gun is when they come at your
Yeah,
doors.
but you can't beat the machine.
No,
with a
for
bullet.
yourself. You don't want to know what these crazy AI robots are going to do to people.
No, I gotta see what's gonna happen first. I don't want to kill myself.
Yeah, but if you know like your neighbor got eaten by some robot, you may not, without being killed, got eaten like by a grizzly robot.
I guess that's true.
You don't think they're gonna just like put a chip in your head and then just be able to control you?
Why? We're like,
well, what's the point
to them?
To make us do manual labor that they don't
do what?
Robots.
For what? What are they building? What are they building?
They just need more power. They're gonna build some giant solar panel. They're gonna use the moon as a solar panel.
What if it's like the Matrix where they use our body for electricity?
That's if we black out the sun. Like I think Terminator, something similar too, but that's what they did in the Matrix. That's
Do
why
you
they
know
had to start
Matrix
using
and the
body.
Terminator are connected, right?
Obviously.
No, I did not know that.
Well,
They
how?
are very much connected.
How?
All right. So the author, I forget how this goes, but she wrote both of those stories. John Connor technically is the resurgence. It's like Jesus comes from the dead. They go back. They try to kill him. He's the one that stops them. Go into the future now. Neo now is the one that's promised, like Game of Thrones, and he's got to stop everybody. And he actually does. He destroys the machines, but they're connected. You gotta like listen to the author.
I think Lenny's talking about his ass.
Did you guys?
No.
Did you guys hear that there might be like a dragon that's like frozen in the North Pole, and that's why they're trying to melt the planet?
Yo, what timeline are you on, bro? Like, what is coming up on your timeline? That's crazy. Lenny, did you hear about a dragon in the North Pole?
I did hear about a dragon, but it's supposed to be more biblical, like it's buried and like
And it exists
this
in
has to
every
do with
culture. Images
revelations
of
and shit.
dragons in every culture. This in the Bible, Satan is connected to this dragon imagery.
Yes, and that's
Maybe
the
the dragon is the
connection,
alien.
and that's if you believe in the Bible and all that good stuff.
I believe in my version of the Bible, and also like the book of.
Did you write it?
Ezekiel? No. I'm saying like my interpretation. And there's also passages like there's the book of Ezekiel. There's a passage that they found in the scrolls, the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's not included in the current Bible. That talks about watchers coming down from space, breeding with humans, destroying everything. Ezekiel talks about metal rings
None of
with
those
fire in
books,
the sky.
None of those books mention the life before humans, like dinosaurs and things. So they don't know shit, and it's all just some bullshit.
Lenny, be respectful of people's religion.
Yes.
I think it's open to interpretation.
Yeah,
It's open to interpretation. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna mention some stuff about the earth, about
Okay,
heaven,
but on a real tip though,
and
like
aliens and all that stuff, you should have included some of that.
yeah, that's true. Well, they arguably did, and then those books got cut out of the Bible. or
Dinosaurs?
interpreted, huh?
Meteors? I don't know.
I mean, I saw a conspiracy that dinosaurs aren't real.
I think that's.
Listen, you stay out of this conversation.
No, but that for real though, like the whole like the scientists and the whistleblowers, like legit, like, who's the Japanese guy, Michio Kaku? He's the famous
The one
guy.
from New York?
Yeah. He's expressed concern about the scientists going missing. We just talked about it. The guy who just tried to assassinate Trump. He worked for NASA in the Jet Propulsion Lab. Dude's like a genius.
Oh, not anymore.
Wait, but he's still alive.
MK Ultra.
No. What I'm saying is that was a dumb move. That was the dumbest thing you could have done, and now your life is over.
Is it?
Wow. Why don't you be respectful? Why don't you be respectful?
No, wait. Let me.
Why don't you be respectful?
All violence is bad. I'm talking about, let's say hypothetically, if you were going to carry out something, that was somewhat of a decent way to do it.
What are you talking
There's
about?
zero chance he was going to hit Trump. We don't even know if he was there for Trump.
No, but I mean, all right. So he somehow.
There's also allegedly a picture of him wearing an IDF sweatshirt.
No, that was
Shabbat
AI.
shalom.
Cut it out. Get this guy out of here.
Wait.
Shabbat shalom.
Letty. So apparently he has this gun that is like in a bunch of pieces in a bag. And so he gets through the first door. He shows his little invitation. Boom. He's through the first door. He assembles the gun. And then he knows he's not going to get past the metal detector. So you get as close as you can to the metal detector, and then you just take off. Everybody was kind of like, chilling. They're not expecting somebody to just fucking start running. So he gets past that first group. Yes, they caught him, and he was running.
Agent got shot too.
Yeah, agent got shot. So I'm like,
a shot in the,
I'm not saying it's the best plan, but he got way further than most people get.
If he would, no.
He got closer than Butler. He got closer than the guy.
What are you talking about? Butler Trump got hit. Yo, get this guy out of here.
No,
what is this guy talking about?
In distance to Trump. They said he was 50 yards
He
away.
shot a gun. What are you talking about?
Did he really? Was there a real gunshot?
Oh my God! You see this guy? This guy.
I saw his ear. His
stay
ear
off the
have
drugs.
no marks on it. A chunk of his ear should be missing. There's not a chunk missing.
If I take a nail clipper and I clip your ear a little bit right now, it's gonna bleed like crazy. In 4 weeks, you're not gonna have anything there because it's gonna people acting like they blew a hole through his ear. Like even if the bullet didn't even touch his skin, it could have ruptured his just the force of the bullet.
So if it's so small, why was he wearing a fucking maxi pad on his fucking ear?
That's because you got to play for the cameras, man. Come on.
All right. Well, if he's playing that for the cameras, what else was he playing for the cameras? Maybe that shot.
Shut up. All I know is that you saying that this guy got closer than anybody else is dumb. That was dumb.
He pulled the WWE. They got down, took out the little razor blade. Hey, picture.
Oh
Go
my
time.
God.
I'm the new president.
Oh
I'm just saying.
But still, with the razor, you just said razor. So what's the difference if it's a bullet or a razor blade?
If the bullet goes through his fucking
nobody
ear.
said it went through his ear. They said it
It caught him. It grazed him.
Like, why can't a bullet? It's just crazy because it's so unbelievable. That's why I think we might be in the Matrix.
I know
because this
is fun.
But that whole day is crazy. That's why I can understand why people think it's staged. If you just can't think rationally through everything that would have to transpire for that to be staged. Like the flag could have been there. The photographers didn't have to move to a certain position. But either way, it was and also his reaction, when you watch him, he gets nicked. They'll be so hard to fake that kind of a genuine reaction. I know that part of it is subjective.
Yeah, Alexx don't believe that.
Son.
Alexx don't believe that.
Yeah, nothing.
Look at that.
You see?
Not even close to what
this guy,
But I think it's too perfect. It's like the kiss after World War II with the soldier and the nurse in Times Square. It's like things like that just happen sometimes. And now San Diego's got a giant statue of it. And then you're gonna have history books, if we still have schools in a few years, of Trump with the flag behind him with the blood on his face and everything.
Yo,
the wildest part is he was trying to put his shoes on. To me, that was
he kept asking for the shoe.
Do not understand that part.
You know how much those shoes
bone
cost?
spurs.
No.
The bone spurs of why he didn't go to
cost?
Vietnam. He probably has orthotics in his shoes and he couldn't walk on the hard surface. It would have hurt too much.
No, I think he was wearing lifts. And he didn't want to be outed for his lifts.
Some people want to know. Some
That's
people
crazy.
know
The
about
priorities
that.
in that moment.
Hey. He
Some
like
people know
look
about that.
maxing. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Lift
What was that, Lenny?
maxing.
What was that bullshit you was talking?
I said some people know about it.
Hey, I'm proud of mine. I don't give a fuck. I'm proud of mine. All right. That was it. That was a little off script, just a little extra fun. But yes, now how do we close this little thingy of mine up? Outro. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
All right. And that was the show, guys. Big thanks to Lenny and Arsen for holding it down today. I appreciate everybody who tapped in and everybody who called. If you want to be a part of this every week, Patreon is where it happens. If you didn't call in, head over to the comments. We keep the conversation going there. I'll be there responding to all your comments. We'll be back next Sunday, hopefully at 11 a.m. Take me off the screen. I'm out. Peace. Woo!